Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Squire Skint's $1,000 damage suit trial got underway yesterday. Shortly after Squire had testified and the X-ray picture of his injured back had been exhibited, Lum very suddenly and mysteriously disappeared from the courthouse and hasn't been seen since. As we look in on the little community today, we find that the second day of the trial is over, and Abner and Grandpappy Spears are in their hotel room at the county seat.
I've heard all that, Grandpap, and I don't want to hear it no more.
Well, I believe it hits the truth, though, Abner. Old Lum seen how bad the trial was going against him and you, so he just taken his hat and skedaddled out of there.
I just can't hardly believe it.
Abner, you might just as well face the facts. And I don't know but what Lum didn't do the smart thing. Maybe you ought to do the same thing yourself.
Huh?
If you stay through the rest of the trial, you're going to the penitentiary just sure as the world.
Grandpap, now don't say that.
Well, things was going awful bad for you today in court. All them documents they was reading there, the ones you and Lum had signed.
Yeah, I know.
You ain't win no trial with that kind of evidence again, you.
No, I reckon not.
Even your lawyer, Mr. DeLonges, is downright unencouraged, if you ask me.
Yes, huh?
Told me himself that having Lum run out on you was the worst one thing that could have happened.
Well, I wanted them to postpone the trial, but they said long as me and Lum was partnerships, why, they could run it with me there just as well.
Yes, sir, that Lum has ruined your case something wonderful. He's just the same as sending you to the penitentiary, is what he's doing.
Grandpap, don't sit there and tell me that all the time. Now, that's all I've heard from you all day. You're going to the penitentiary.
Well, I'm sorrowful if I've upset you, Abner. I know just how you feel. Fact is, I feel just the same way myself. But it's like I always say, Abner, you can't never tell about humans. No, sir, you never can tell about them. Now, you take, for instance, Arlo Wormley.
I don't want to hear about Arlo Wormley, Grandpap. I want to find Lum.
Well, Abner, we've looked every pigeon-toed place there is to look for him. Even called the sheriff and got him out looking.
I know it. But there must be somewhere else to look. He's bound to be somewhere. I wish we had never come here for this dead blame trial.
Well, you had to. You had to defend yourself.
Yeah, I know it. I bound your old Lum's laying out on the road hurt summers, or he'd be here.
Wait a minute. There's the ID right there. Now, if he's been hurt, there's more than likely taking him to a hospital.
Hospital? Oh, my goodness, I was afraid of that.
Get on the phone there and call the hospital.
Well, we can't call him from here. The phone in the hotel room here is broke.
Broke?
Yeah, I was looking at it a while ago. It ain't got no crank on it. Must have broke off and got lost or something.
Wait a minute. I always knowed you was country, Abner, but I never knowed you was that country. That's the backwoodsest thing I ever heard you say.
What's the matter?
The phones here don't have cranks on them. Just pick up the phone and the central girl starts talking to you.
They do?
Why, sure.
Don't get what they won't think of.
Go ahead and call the hospital. Ask them if Lum was brung in there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Wait a minute, though. I don't know the ring over there.
Well, they don't have rings here, silly. You give them a long number.
Huh?
The numbers is all listed in that book there, lay inside the phone. See it there?
Listen here?
Yeah, that.
Well, I do know. I've been wondering what that thing was. Laid off to read it and just ain't got around to it.
Oh, it ain't interesting.
How come you to know all this, Grandpap?
I've traveled ever now. I've been around. Don't forget I've been clean up into Missouri and back again. I know might nigh everything there is to know, you might say.
Well, now what do I look for in this book here?
Look for a hospital. Here, I'll find it for you. Takes a city feller to find stuff like this.
Well, just find Lum. That's all I ask you to do.
H.H. Harkness Hawkins. Hibbing. I wonder if that's any relay to old Sam Hibbing.
I don't know.
I know Sam's got a cousin in Odin, but his name's Woundsocket. Jepson D. Woundsocket. But this here says E.J. Hibbing.
Grandpap, forget that and find the hospital.
Oh, yeah, hospital. H.O., Hallbrook, Holmes, Horner, Horson Gilder. All state names. Horson Gilder. Reckon what he looks like. Found you got short legs.
Grandpap, please find a hospital.
Oh, yeah, hospital. Here we are. Got 2 or 3 of them listed here.
Well, good. We'll call them off. What's the first one down there?
The, A&M Canine Hospital, 647J.
Canine Hospital?
Yeah. Canine or something. C-A-N-I-N-E. They got the cutest names in this town. Ain't got no common ones like We Hunt and Seastrong.
Well, now, what do I do now? Just pick up a receiver and say that number?
Yeah, quick as a central girl asks you something, I tell her.
I'll try anything once. Here it goes. Huh? Uh-oh.
Wait a minute, what'd you hang up for?
There's something wrong here, Grandpap. You told me the wrong thing. I got that fella that sits downstairs behind that desk there, the one that runs our hotel.
Oh, well, that's all right. That ain't nothing to be scared of.
Yes, it is. He's liable to throw us out of here.
Throw us out?
Why, sure, Lum taking all our money with him. We can't pay for this hotel room.
Oh, hey, Jimmy, that's right. I forgot about that.
Every time I walk through that lobby and pass him, I pull my hat clean down over my eyes so he won't recognize me.
Yeah, I recollect now we had to borrow money for our victuals today.
Why, sure.
I tell you what, pick up the phone again, Abner, and let on like we're rich. And I believe he'll let us stay here.
Like we're rich?
Yeah. Maybe in the meantime we can locate Lum.
Well, how do I let on like we're rich?
Oh, just make some rich remark. You know, like say, for instance, well, ask him if he can change a $100 bill first.
We ain't got no $100 bill. I ain't even got 10 cents.
I know it, but he'll think we have. He'll say no, he can't, so then you ask him to connect you with the central girl.
Can he do that?
Oh, that's part of his job, I think.
And I hope this works, because I don't want to get towed out of here, I know that.
Well, don't worry. Go ahead and try it.
All right. Hello? This is Mr. Peabody. Can you change a $100 bill for us? Oh, just a minute. Now, what do we do, Grandpap? He says he can change it.
Uh-oh. I hadn't figured on that. And let's see. I know. Tell him you made a mistake. Tell him it's a $1,000 bill.
Oh, yeah. Hello? I made a mistake. It's a $1,000 bill we want changed. Got so many of them there, I couldn't hardly tell what it was at first.
That's the time. Act rich.
You can't, huh? Well, good. That's too bad. Say, will you connect me with the central girl? I want to call the A&M Canine Hospital and find out if they found...
Don't let him know Lum's gone.
Oh, well, I can't tell you what it's about exactly, I don't think. Yeah, all right. Much obliged.
He's going to connect you?
Yeah. Say, can he hear what I'm saying to the hospital?
Oh, yeah, I reckon he can, but he's more likely to.
Wait a minute. Hello? Is this the central girl? Well, I want, what's that number, Grandpa?
647J.
674J.
Oh, 647J.
647J. Yes, Mom.
I'll be bored for the sample.
Oh, this is hard work. I believe it's a heap easier. Just take hold of a crank and give the ring you want. Hello? Is this here the A&M Canine Hospital? Well, is Lum there? Lum. L-U-M. When did I what?
Chinese name.
I never brung him in there. Well, see, he disappeared yesterday and we ain't saw him since, and I thought maybe he got hurt and somebody brung him in there.
Tell him to look real good at him. He might be unconscious, not be able to tell his own name.
Yeah, well, say, would you look real good there? He might be unconscientious.
Describe him. They don't know Lum by sight.
Yeah, I'll describe him to you. He's pretty tall and he's kind of skinny.
Oh, no.
And
legs like ropes with a knot.
His hair is sort of gray, a little darker along the top, I reckon. Mom? Why, sure he's got a collar on. Or at least ways he had one when he left. Oh, yeah, well, just a minute. Yeah, just a minute. Grandpa, what breed would you say Lum was?
Breed?
That's what she wants to know.
Oh, I don't know. He ain't a Choctaw. I know it means Indian, I think.
Huh?
I know half-breed means half-Indian.
Well, Lum ain't no Indian, I don't think.
No. Tell him no.
Hello?
Answer's no.
He ain't no breed at all. Well, no, I wouldn't call him that. Well, he's a high-class cultured, I reckon. And he's got a mustache. Sure he's got a mustache. What's wrong with that? Mom? Oh, well, all right.
What's the trouble now, Abner?
Why, she's going to let me talk to some doctor there. Say she can't follow me.
Well, it's hard to get good, smart help these days, I reckon.
I don't know what's wrong.
I know that's so.
Grandpap, I keep hearing some clicking like somebody's listening in on this thing here.
Well, it might be the fella downstairs, but I got my doubts.
Hello? Yeah, hello, Doc. Well, you see, Doc, Lum left here yesterday morning, and he ain't showed up at our hotel room since. Huh? Yeah, he's staying in the hotel room.
Of course he is. Where is he staying?
Why, no, they don't care. Fact is, he's the one that signed up for the room. Oh, sure he can write. Fact is, he can write his whole name without hardly lolling his tongue out at all here lately. Yeah.
Hey, Abner, there's somebody at the door.
Well, go talk to him, Grandpa. It's more like
I don't want to talk to him.
Well, go see who it is. I'm busy. Excuse me. It might be our lawyer seeing if Lum showed up here.
Yeah. All right.
Excuse me if he interrupts him, Doc. I was talking to another fella here. Well, now, wait a minute, Doc. Don't hang up. Well, I ain't trying to fool you. I'm serious about this. Well, I got to find Lum 'cause he's got all our money. Why, he's carrying it in his pants pocket, I reckon. Why, of course he's got pants on. Don't think he'd run around town without them, do you?
Hey, Abner.
Why, sure.
Abner, hang up the phone. We got to pack up.
Huh?
That was the hotel clerk. He says we got to get out of here.
Get out? Didn't that idea about being rich work?
Yeah, that worked all right.
Well, what's wrong then?
I don't know. I can't understand him, but he says he don't care how rich we are. He says we can't keep no dogs in his hotel here.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Dog is Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em down store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum is still missing after his strange disappearance the first day of the trial. The second day of the court battle with Squire Skimp was all in Squire's favor. And last night, Abner and Grandpappy Spears, both of them without funds since Lum left, were thrown out of their hotel room. As we look into the little community today, we find that the trial has been postponed a day, and we discover Abner and Grandpappy walking along a street at the county seat. Listen.
Grandpap, I never been so hungry in all my life.
Well, stop talking about it, Abner. You're just making matters worse.
We ain't had a single thing to eat so far today. So that I almost wish they'd have went ahead and finished up the trial today and let Squire win it and sent me to the penitentiary. Then I'd get something to eat anyway. What'd they have to go and postpone it for?
Well, they had to, 'cause one of the Germans took sick this morning. They said he'd more than likely be all right by tomorrow.
Well, why couldn't they get somebody else to sit in his place? All them Germans do is just sit there, as far as I can see.
Well, they said they'd have to start the trial all over if they got a new juryman.
Oh, prattle.
Besides, you ought to be glad they postponed it for a day. That gives you more time to locate Lum before the trial's over.
Yeah, we ain't done it, though. Ain't even found no trace of him. I believe you're right about him, Grandpap. He skipped out. Gone for good. I never thought Lum would turn out this way.
Well, now, I might be wrong, Abner.
No, you ain't. No, he's gone. And I'm hungry and homeless. Just a orphan. That's what I am. Little orphan Abner.
Oh, Sassy.
Can't even find no crumbs to sweep up.
Oh, Lord sakes alive, Abner. Stop talking that way.
Well, if you hadn't got me to make that telephone call in our hotel room last night, well, we wouldn't be homeless now.
Well, you wanted to find Lum, and I was just trying to help you.
Yeah, but it was your idea to call that dog hospital and ask if Lum was there. And that hotel clerk heard me talking and got the idea we was keeping a dog in our room, made us get out.
Well, how was I going to know that was a dog hospital? Couldn't tell by the name of it. Canine Hospital. That'd throw anybody off.
Yeah, I reckon so.
If they's running a pigeon-toed dog hospital, why don't they come right out flat-footed and say so instead of naming it Canine Hospital?
Yeah.
Fact is, there ought to be a law. Wait a minute. Swan, look down the street there.
Huh?
It's Cedric Weehunt.
Cedric?
See him there?
Where?
Wearing them smoke glasses he always puts on when he drives his car.
Oh, for the land sake. Hey, Cedric! Cedric! Doggers, if you ain't a sore sight for eyes, what in the world are you doing in here?
Oh, hello, Mr. Abner. Papa sent me to get some stuff for the blacksmith shop. Thought maybe I'd run into you feller somewhere.
Well, you did.
How'd the trial come out, Mr. Abner?
The trial? Oh, that thing.
It ain't over yet, Cedric. They postponed it for a day. It'll be over tomorrow, though.
Yeah, it'll be over and everything else will. My whole life will be over practical, you might say, Cedric.
Well, I thought maybe it must be over because I run into Barrel Legs Crockett down by the depot a while ago, and he said he seen Mr. Lum get on the train day before yesterday.
Get on a train?
Yes, Mom. The one heading south.
Oh, me. I know where he's went then. He's went right down to Mexico. That's where he's went.
Yes, sir, that's just about what he did. Crossed the border. Got clean out of the country.
Doggers, if he weren't such a good friend of mine, I'd hate and despise his ornery hide.
Well, it's your friends that can do you the most damage, Abner. Now, you take, for instance, the case of Orlo Wormley. Now, there was a feller...
Wait a minute. Cedric, have you got any money?
Money?
Yeah, cash money with you, just any amount.
Oh, yes, Mom, I got a lot of money, I think. Just a second.
Good for you, Cedric. Them's the best words I've heard spoke for 10 years. Did you hear that, Grandpap?
Yeah, let's see. I'll get some roast beef and some turkey.
I'm going to order 2 whole suppers and set them right side by side and sit down and eat both.
Oh, be doggone, this is a good joke on me. I left my money at home. I changed clothes just before I come, and I must have left my pocketbook in my other breeches.
Oh, my goodness sakes alive, Cedric.
Now we are in the pigs. Got one more mouth to feed.
Oh, man. You never brung no sandwiches along with you, did you, Cedric?
No, Mom. Doggone. Reckon how come me to forget my pocketbook?
Oh, me, what are we going to do now, Grandpap?
Wait a minute, Abner. I was just thinking, look at them colored glasses that Cedric's there.
Grandpap, I don't feel like standing here adding more than a pair of spectacles, no matter what color they are, as hungry as I am.
I don't want you to admire them. They just give me an idea.
Huh?
Maybe I could put them on and you could lead me down the street. Or no, that won't do. Or to have a fiddle for me to play.
Fiddle? You can't play the fiddle.
I know I can't. I'm the only one here with musical talent, so.
Huh?
That's why I thought of me first. But about all I can play is a player piano.
Well, I don't believe you could walk down the street playing one of them player pianos, Grandpa.
Hey, wait a minute. I found some money, fellas.
You did?
Yeah, look here.
Huh?
12 cents.
12 cents?
Yeah. Dime and 2 pennies.
Well, here, give it here, Cedric. I'll buy us 2 candy bars and we can divide them, I reckon.
Wait, I got a better idea. We'll buy pencils with it.
Pencil?
Yeah.
Now, just a minute, Grandpap. I'll admit I'm awful hungry, but I ain't hungry enough to eat no pencil.
We ain't going to eat them. You eat it, I'm going to put them in my hat and sell them.
Sell them? Well, Lord me, there ain't no profits in pencils. Not enough to buy no supper for us, I know that.
Well, folks won't actually take the pencils, but they'll feel sorrowful for me and drop money in my hat.
Will they sure enough?
Why, sure. Hurry up, Cedric. Run in the 10-cent store here and buy a dime's worth of long yeller pencils.
Yes, Mom.
Now, don't spend the other 2 pennies, though, because we'll need them for something else.
Yeah.
No, Mom, I won't.
I still think it'd be better to just buy some candy bars or a loaf of bread or something like that, Grandpap. I'm hungry.
No, you'll see this is better, Abner. I'll take in enough money to buy us all the fancy supper you ever ate. Potatoes and gravy and everything.
Well, you think it'll work?
I know it'll work.
Well, Grandpap, though, if the folks ain't going to buy them pencils no way, what do you need them for? Why couldn't we just save that money and buy bread with it?
Well, I gotta have the pencils to make it look like I'm selling something.
Huh?
See, I believe there's a law against outright flat-footed begging on the street.
Oh, I see.
So this way I'll get around that law. Wait a minute, there comes Cedric back.
Oh, did you get the pencil, Cedric?
Yes, Mom.
Well, good. Doggone, I just hope this works.
Here, Cedric, give me the pencils and your colored spectacles.
Yes, Mom, here they are.
Well, leastways, we can buy a couple of sticks of candy at them other 2 pennies, Cedric.
No, I'll need them too.
Huh?
Yeah, here, give them to me, Cedric. I'll put them in my hat. Here. I put them in there with the pencils.
Oh. What's that for, Grandpa?
Well, that's sort of like bait, sorter.
Bait?
Make other folks drop money in my hand. Somehow or other, it always works that way.
Oh.
I hate to do this, Abner. I reckon it is unhonest, but we got to eat. We got to eat.
Well, what do you want me and Cedric to do now?
Nothing. You just step around the corner and act like you don't know me.
Don't know you, huh?
Well, it wouldn't look right for me to have friends standing around talking.
Well, all right. Come on, Cedric. Let's go around.
Come back in about a half hour or so. Or to have enough money by then.
Yeah, all right. Good luck, Grandpap. Hurry up, Cedric.
Well, I'm coming.
Oh, me, I hope this works. I hate to have Grandpap do that, but I'll tell you, Cedric, I've never been so hungry in all my life.
No, Mama. Why don't you fellas go to the lunchroom and wash dishes for a meal? I did that.
Well, we tried that, Cedric, but it never worked out no good at all.
Never, huh?
No, it never.
It always worked out all right whenever I tried it.
Well, it might all with you, but you never had Grandpap along with you. See, we went in this place this morning, me and Grandpap, and told them that we'd wash some dishes for them if they'd give us something to eat. And the feller said fine. Fact is, he said he wouldn't only give us something to eat, but he'd give us a steady job right there. His regular dishwasher had been drafted, he said, and he couldn't get no new one, so he was anxious to get us.
Did you take the job?
Well, we couldn't take it steady, natural, having a store out there at Pine Ridge and a picture show if I get out of this trial thing. If I don't, I'm going to the penitentiary, but we told him we would, made out like we'd take it steady.
Yes,
and we just figured we'd quit as soon as we ate one good meal.
Well, I thought you said you never got no meal, though.
We never. See, we started doing the dishes. That's what he wanted us to do first.
Pearl diving, huh?
Well, I don't know what you call it, but there's a big stack of dishes there, and he told us we had to wash them first, and then we
That's
could
what
eat.
you call a feller washing dishes.
Pearl diving?
Yeah.
Well, I dived into them dishes. I never found no pearls. I know that. And then that crazy Grandpap, he started dropping them and breaking them. You know how clumsy Grandpap is. Can't half see nothing.
Is he clumsy, sure enough?
Oh, the clumsiest one human I ever seen in life. It's mostly them spectacles of his, I think. They don't fit his eyes.
He ain't going to see no better at them black ones of mine. I know that, them sunglasses.
Well, he don't need to see now. All he's going to do is walk down the street there and hope folks drop pennies in his hat.
Yes, Mom, but he might run into somebody.
Well, if he does, that'll make it look more like he needs the money, you know. They'll feel sorrowful for him if he can't see where he's going.
Yes, Mom.
But he just broke them dishes this morning. Every one I'd hand him, he'd drop it. Well, of course, I reckon I broke a few myself. Fact is, I might have broke more than Grandpap, but mine was just natural accident, Cedric, and his was just plain clumsiness is what it was.
Yes, Mom.
Anyway, that feller come back there, and he seen them broke dishes there on the floor. He got mad as a wet setting hen. Fired us right then and there, told us to get right out of the place. Even claims he's going to send us a bill for all the damage we done, and never got to eat nothing either.
Well, that's funny. Let's go see how Mr. Grandpap's coming along.
Huh? Well, I reckon it wouldn't hurt. Just peek around the corner one bit. Don't walk
just
around
peek
there.
a little bit and feel.
Yeah, don't let nobody see.
He's gone.
Gone?
Yes, Mom. Come on, we better find him. He's got my colored glasses.
Yeah, he's got 2 pennies, too. Let's look and see if he might have dropped them, Cedric. I mean, this is about where he was standing right here, wasn't it?
Yes, Mom, I believe it was.
Huh. That doggies ain't nothing here now. Wait a minute. What's this, Cedric?
Mom?
Look here. It's a note wrote to me. It's stuck right on this hook here where they wind up the rope for the awning of this building.
What's this? Is it from Mr. Grandpap?
Just a minute. Oh, my goodness. If he don't get all the lucky breaks, that double-crossing varmint. There's the luckiest one human that ever drove breath.
Oh, what does it say?
Listen to this. It says, Abner, get your lawyer and come over to the jail. I've been arrested for peddling without no license.
Arrested? Well, what's lucky about that?
Well, don't you see? Grandpap will get a free meal.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Dog Islam, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, this is the final day of Squire Skimp's court battle against Lum and Abner, and so far the Squire has had things all his own way. In fact, one half of the defendants, Lum, is still missing after his mysterious disappearance the first day of the trial. As we look in on the little community today, we find Grandpappy Spears on the witness stand at the courthouse at the county seat. He's being questioned by the defense attorney, Mr. DeLonge.
Yeah, I'm afraid I jumped the track there. You better come over that question again, son.
Well, the question, Mr. Spears, was this. You stated that you saw Mr. Skimp walking along the street in Pine Ridge after his fall in the theater. Now, could you describe Mr. Skimp at the time you saw him?
Describe him?
Yes.
Why, sure I can describe him. He's a low-down, ornery, pigeon-toed, underhanded, knock-kneed, flat-footed somebody that I wouldn't...
Your Honor, merely a personal opinion. Objection sustained.
Mr. Spears, I think you misunderstood the question. I meant, could you describe Mr. Skimp with regard to his posture?
Regards to his what?
I mean, was he walking bent over as though crippled, or was he walking straight up, or what?
Oh, he was walking straight as anybody. Straight as a pigeon-toed stick. Yes, sir.
All right, that's all, Mr. Spears. Thank you.
Straight as a pigeon-toed
Your witness,
stick.
Mr. Clark.
Straight walking.
All right, Mr. Spears, a short time ago, you were in Mr. Skimp's employ, were you not?
Come over that again now.
You were in Mr. Skimp's employ a short time ago. Is that correct, Mr. Spears?
You mean I was working for him?
That's correct.
Well, he hired me to play the player pioneer at a show he's running in, but the varmint fired me.
Ah, he fired you. You and Mr. Skimp had a falling out after that, didn't you?
Ain't spoke to him since then, hardly.
I see.
Don't aim to neither.
Mr. Spears, the day you saw Mr. Skimp on the street, what color suit was he wearing?
Oh, I don't know what color suit he's wearing.
Yes. All right, was it a clear day? Was the sun shining?
Now, listen, son, I ain't up here to answer a batch of idiotic questions.
I'm afraid, Mr. Spears, you'll have to answer this one. Was it a dark, cloudy day?
How should I know? I ain't no weather vane or weather profiteer.
Then was Mr. Skimp carrying anything?
I don't know. I never paid no minds to him. I don't like him that well.
In other words, you didn't see if he was carrying anything, or what color clothes he was wearing, or whether it was cloudy or the sun was shining.
Well, I know he's walking straight as a pigeon-toed stick. I know that. It's good.
You said that, Mr. Spears. But would you answer this question? Did you have your glasses on at the time?
Sure, I had them on. I can't see hardly nothing with them on.
That's all. Thank you. You may return to your seat now, Mr. Spears. Call the next witness for the defense, please.
No more witnesses, Your Honor. The defense rests.
Before counsel present their closing arguments to the jury, there'll be a brief recess.
Jiminy Grant.
I guess I told him a thing or two, didn't I, Abner?
You told him all right. You sure did.
Smart Aleck Clark. I don't like him no better than I do Squire.
Oh, no. I believe you said some wrong things there a time or two, though.
Said some wrong things?
Yeah, every time you said something, Mr. DeLong just sat here and just groaned.
Why, ain't he feeling well?
Well, to be honest, I don't believe he is. He ain't happy, I know that. And fact is, I ain't feeling my level best myself.
Well, I don't blame you none, Abner. I can understand that. Not with the way this pigeon-toed trials went.
Oh, no.
It's just about ready to go to the jury now, and as far as I can see, there's just one verdict they can bring in.
I know it.
You ain't got a chance in the wide world, Abner. Not a chance.
Why did Squire ever fall down in our picture show in the first place? I wish Lum was here, that's what I wish.
Yeah, you might have had a little better show if he'd have stuck around.
Oh, my life, Grandpap. Oh, my whole life. I've always tried to do the right thing. The right thing by everybody. And now look at me. Look at the fix I've got myself into.
Oh, it's a shame, Lum, running out on you like you done.
Oh, me.
Leaving you to face everything. It's going to be terrible lonesome in that penitentiary cell all by yourself.
Grandpap, don't say that. I don't want to think about a penitentiary.
I'm sorry I said it.
I don't want to.
I'll visit you.
I don't want nobody to visit me. I'm going in there
baked potatoes and cookies and one thing and another.
I don't want to see nobody in the world.
It's a downright knock-kneed shame.
Boy,
I can't understand whatever come over Lum.
No, me.
But it's like I always say, Abner, you can't never tell about people. Now, you take, for instance, Orlo Wormley.
I don't want to hear about Orlo
Wormley was an upstanding family man.
I told you I don't want to hear nothing about it. Wait a minute.
Court will resume.
You're going to call court.
Order, please. Counsel for the plaintiff, go ahead with your closing argument. Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Orlo Wormley was a right living of fellas I ever knowed.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Look at that smart aleck.
There is really very little for me to say. You have heard all the evidence in this case, which you have attentively listened to and intelligently evaluated in your own minds. And I am sure that with such a preponderance of evidence in the favor of the plaintiff, Mr. Skimp, you can reach but one conclusion. That Mr. Skimp is entitled to recover damages far in excess of the mere $1,000 that he's asking.
I can't keep up with it.
In the first place, we have shown you how Mr. Skimp innocently purchased a ticket to the theater owned and operated by the defendant.
Yes, I can know he's going to
how he entered the theater, and because of the almost criminal carelessness of those owners to provide adequate lighting, he was caused to fall and sustain an injury from which he may never fully recover.
I hope he don't stop varmint snaking the weeds. I hate and despise that.
Your Honor, I am forced to ask you to have the defendants kindly listen to the testimony and the closing arguments.
Yes, you're exactly right, Mr. Clark. The defendant will please give his undivided attention.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, we have further proved to you the extent and seriousness of that injury by the X-ray picture, which you all saw, and which you may further examine during your deliberations in the jury room. You will recall that it was the defendant's own doctor, who described the details of that X-ray to you.
Yeah, Doc Miller's on there.
In conclusion, we have produced documents written and signed by the defendant, wherein they not only admit, but they claim all responsibility for the accident Mr. Skimp suffered in their theater. We have...
All right, Dogies, wait a minute here. Wait just a minute. Hold everything. Yeah, but look there, Jed. There's Lum coming down now.
Order in the court. You better sit down, Mr. Peabody. You better sit down. You'll get fined for contempt of court. And things are going badly enough as it is. There's nothing you can do now.
Well, he might... Hey, Lum! Come here, Lum. Where about you been? Are you hurt? I'm talking to Lum. Lum, are you hurt, Lum?
I'm all right, Abner. I'll tell you about it later. Judge, Your Honor, I want to reopen up this case.
Oh, my, you hear that, Grandpap?
Oh, Mr. Edwards, counsel for both the plaintiff and the defense have rested their case. And the court will not reopen for further testimony unless, of course, there's adequate proof of new evidence.
Well, Grannies, I got some new evidence.
All right, Dogies, I knowed it.
Please approach the bench with your counsel, Mr. Edwards.
Hooray for Lum. Good old Lum. Hooray for him.
Come on, Mr. DeLong.
Just a moment. I object to this, Your Honor. This is ridiculous. It's highly irregular. It's mere pettifoggery. It's a trap.
Mr. Clark, this court will hear all evidence pertaining to this case.
Hey, Lum, can I approach the bench, too? Whatever it is.
Stay there, Abner.
All right, Dogies, Grandpap, this is exciting, ain't it?
Oh, thanks.
Lum's back.
What in the world are they talking about anyway?
I wish I know. Look there. Lum's whispering something to the judge there and our lawyer, Mr. DeLong.
Yeah, reckon how come Lum decided to come back?
I don't know. I'm
saying he had some new evidence. Reckon what it is.
I'd give anything to know what he's doing up there right now. Dogies, Grandpap.
That Lum, you never can tell what he's got up his sleeve.
No,
you just can't tell about humans. Take, for instance, Orlo Wormley.
Oh, be quiet about him now, Grandpap. I don't want to hear about Orlo Wormley.
To reopen his case, call your next witness, please.
Well, listen to that.
We would like to call Mr. Skimp, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Skimp, take the stand. You were sworn in before. Go ahead. Now, go ahead, Squire. Get up there. We want to ask a couple of questions about that X-ray picture.
Just a moment, Your Honor. Just a moment. My client has given full testimony in this trial, and I do not think he should be requested to testify further.
I'll tell you why he don't want to testify no more.
What's that?
Because he knows we can prove that X-ray ain't a picture of his back at all. It's a picture of somebody else's back.
Somebody else? Why, Lum, Edwards, that's preposterous.
Preposterous, is it?
Yes,
I'll even tell you whose spinal columns it actually is. It's a feller by the name of Jack Logan.
Jack Logan? Why, he's in Fort Smith, Lum.
Well, whereabouts do you think I've been the last couple of days?
What's that, Lum?
Order. Mr. Edwards, if you have anything to say to this court, say it from the witness stand.
Now, wait.
That's just what I'll do. Swear me in, bailiff.
Now, just a minute.
Hurry up, bailiff. I got plenty of them.
Your Honor, may it please the court, I've been thinking this matter over, and I'm deeply disturbed that the proceedings have taken this regrettable turn. Mr. Edwards and myself have been the best of friends for many, many years, and I should hate to see us become parted over anything as inconsequential as a court trial. Now, therefore, in the interest of old friendship, and because I place that comradeship far above any amount of money, I wish to withdraw the charges that I have made against my good friends.
All right. Case dismissed. Jury members, see the bailiff in regard to their checks.
Dismissed. Our doggies were free, Grandpa.
Well, I'll be a monkey's pigeon-toed up.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Doggies, Lum, I believe you're right.
Now, see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Squire Skimp's $1,000 damage trial against Lum and Abner came to a dramatic close yesterday when the long-missing Lum rushed in at the last minute with some new evidence regarding the X-ray photos of Squire's injury, and immediately Squire called off the case. Since then, Lum has been very mysterious and secretive about how he happened upon this new evidence. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and Grandpappy Spears in the Jot 'em Down store, dying to hear Lum's story.
You mean Lum ain't told you how they found out all about Squire's X-ray picture?
No.
How it belonged to somebody else and all that?
Grandpap, he ain't lit in one place long enough to tell me nothing. And he's just gradual letting me die of curiosity. That's what he's doing.
Well, it's been a couple of 3 days since the trial was over.
I know it, but he stayed in there at the county seat for 2 days afterwards, waiting around for newspaper fellers to interview him and Kodak him and I don't know what all.
Yeah.
None of them ever showed up, though.
Oh, that Lum, he gets some big ideas in that head of his.
Yeah, and then he wanted to stay there and discuss the law business with that lawyer we had, too.
For the lawmy face. That sure went to his head, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. He's mighty proud of himself over the way the trial come out. And he don't give our lawyer credit for nothing. Claims he win the thing all by himself.
Well, of course, he practical done that, too.
And I reckon so. But he's a hard feller to live with now. Goes around bragging on himself. I don't just wait a minute. There he comes. Look at him out there.
Yeah.
Strutting down the street puts me in mind of old Turkey Gobbler.
Yeah, what's that big book he's toting there?
No telling. And I'm just afraid, Grandpap, he's in one of them moods of his again where he want to take up some new business. You know how he gets them.
Sakes alive, you got the store and picture show to look after now.
Yeah, but you know that Lum always getting them wonderful ideas of his.
Yeah, humans is culiar folks, all right. Now you take the case of Orlo Worm.
Wait a minute, Grandpap. Here Lum comes in the store. Maybe we can get him to tell us his long secret story about the X-ray.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
I'll die if I don't.
Gentlemen, gentlemen.
Now listen, Lum, if you don't tell us all
How
about...
are you today, Grandpap?
Oh,
just only tolerably, Lum. Any calls for me while I was out, Abner?
Yeah, there was one. Luther Phillips' woman called up. Never said what she wanted. I told her you was out loafing around town, but I'd have you call her.
Abner, don't never tell nobody I'm out loafing.
That's what you're doing.
Tell them I'm tied up on a case when they call that way.
Tied up on a case of what?
A law case.
Huh?
See this book here? It's a law book. Book of statuettes.
Is that what that thing is? Where'd you get it?
Why, it's mine. Belongs to me.
Well, what you carrying it around town for?
'Cause when folks ask me some question about law matters, I can just look it up for 'em right there.
Ask you questions.
Yeah, see, since that trial a few days ago, I'm getting sort of a reputation as a legal advisor.
Uh-oh.
Folks just want to get my advice about one thing and another.
There, huh?
Oh, yeah. I see right now I ought to have been a lawyer.
Lawyer.
That's what I was cut out for.
Oh.
Here I've been wasting my time being just as a thief when I ought to have my own law offices right here.
See what I mean, Grandpa?
I think I'll call it Eddards, Eddards, and Eddards, attorneys in law offices.
Who?
Eddards, Eddards, and Eddards. Sort of like that Clark Park and Clark outfit in the county seat.
Yeah, well, who's them other two Eddards you got in there? Some of your relays?
No, I just allowed that to make a better name for my law office.
Oh.
Mike could find a couple of other Eddards somewhere.
Yeah, Mike.
But they wouldn't have the legal mind I got, though.
Oh, no, goodness me, no.
Well, are you aiming on practicing the law now, Lum? Practice? I don't need no practice. Buddy can win a case like that and I won the other day. He don't need no practice.
Yeah, well, tell us how you win that, Lum. How'd you find out that stuff about the X-ray and Jack Logan and all that?
Well, it's a long story,
I know what you've said that before, and I'm reminding you to tell it to us right now before you forget it if it's so long.
Well, I reckon I ought to let you in on the details.
I'm going to undraw partnerships if you don't, I'll tell you that.
I don't see how you done it myself. Well, nobody but a feller with a legal mind could have did it.
Oh.
Of course, now, I don't like to brag on myself.
If you don't like to brag on yourself, Lum, just stop doing it then. Tell us the story. I don't want you to do nothing you don't like to do.
All right. You see, when we was sitting there that first day of the trial, Squire said something on the witness stand how he'd got shot in the Spanish-American War and still carried the bullet in his body.
Yeah, he never got that in no war, though. He got it in Kansas City.
That was in Oklahoma,
It was in Kansas City.
Well, no matter where he got it, that set my legal mind to thinking.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you heard the rumbling noise there. That was me studying.
Well, I never heard
I recollected that Squire had showed me the scar where the bullet went in him. In his back over to one side. Right about here, right?
Yeah.
There.
But what's that got to do with that fella Jack Logan and the X-rays?
Well, I'm coming to that.
Well, hurry
up. Take it easy.
All right.
Anyway, my legal mind got the idea all of a sudden that if Squire had that bullet in him, it ought to show up in the X-ray picture.
Oh.
But there weren't no sign of it in that picture they showed in court there.
Oh, 'cause that's right. At least ways I never seen it in there.
So I decided to rush over to that Dr. Hurley there at the county seat. He was the one they said had taken the X-ray picture.
Yeah, I recollect you asking me what his name was.
Yeah, so I rushed over there.
Well, why didn't you tell me you was going over there?
Well, I never wanted to cause no disturbance.
Oh.
And I figured I could run over there and get back before anybody noticed I was gone hardly.
Well, that doctor must have lived clean over in Oklahoma the time it taken you to rush over to his office and back 2 days.
No, it was close by the courthouse, but I found out there was a couple of other places I had to go to get the evidences after.
What other places?
I'm coming to that.
Oh, what's that?
First, I asked this Doc Hurley if that bullet would show up in the X-ray picture, and he said it would. So I asked him how come it never showed up in the X-ray he'd taken a Squire.
Sure.
And he never knowed what I was talking about.
Oh. What's the matter? Weren't you talking plain, or was he a foreigner?
No, I mean, he hadn't taken no X-ray of Squire.
Hadn't taken no?
No, sir.
Oh.
So I said, well, he must have, because I seen his name on the envelope the picture was in, and they was using his name in court.
Oh, they done that, yeah.
So he got interested right away and started looking through his files.
His files?
Couldn't find nothing on Squire Skimp at all.
Oh.
But he did find out that he had X-rayed the spinal columns on 5 patients in the last year or so.
But was one of them Jack Logan?
Yeah. The picture of the other 4 was still in Doc's files, but this Logan was missing.
You mean Logan had stole it?
No. The doc's secretary there recollected that he'd come in there and asked for the picture just about a week ago.
For the land's sake.
Said he needed it in connection with a physical examination for a defense job or some such prattle as that.
So they sure had this thing all figured out, didn't they?
Well, what'd you do then, Lum? Go over to the feller's place? Yeah, I went over there, but the landlady said he was out of town. Went to Fort Smith.
Fort Smith?
Squire weren't taking no chances, huh? Got that fella clean out of town.
Oh, yeah.
So I asked the landlady if Mr. Logan was a friend of Squire Skimp's, but she never even heard of Squire Skimp.
Oh.
But I did find out from her that this Logan feller was a trapezeman or an acrobat. Some kind of a show. Fact is, that's how I hurt his back, falling while he's practicing some acrobatical stunts.
Serves him right, a growed man up to something like that anyway.
Yeah, well, anyway, as quick as I heard he was in a show and used to be with the circus, well, I figured right then that he must be a friend of Squire's.
Oh, yeah, Squire knows everybody's ever in a circus, I reckon.
So I raced over to the depot and caught the train for Fort Smith.
Well, did you have a hard time finding the feller?
I never found him.
Huh?
He weren't at the address the landlady gave me, and I couldn't locate him nowhere.
Couldn't locate?
Spent a whole day there looking for him. Then I feared the trial would be over before I ever found him, so I raced back to the county seat and decided to just bluff old Squire.
Well, I know that you sure done it, too, Lum.
Quick as I seen the look in Squire's face whenever I mentioned the name of Jack Logan, I knowed right then and there that I was on the right track.
Oh, that old Squire, he dropped that case like it was a hot potato right there.
Yeah, and he tried to make out like he was just doing it on account of old friendship.
Oh, yeah, you know Squire. Wait a minute, I believe that's our ring. It might be Miss Phillips, Lum. She said she'd call back.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Hello, Eddards and Eddards talking.
Now, wait a minute, Lum. You ain't taking the receiver off the hook. She can't hear you.
I know it. I was just seeing how it sounded on the phone.
Huh?
Hello, Eddards and Eddards Law Office talking.
Bitch, prattle.
Mom? Oh, yes, Miss Phillips.
Look at him.
Horse broke into your yard. Why, sure you can collect damages if he's ruined anything. He has. Well, good. How's it kicked at you? Good. We'll get him for assault in the batteries, too.
Lum will never get that horse that's that one in witness stand.
Oh, well, that's too bad he missed you. Yeah, we could lawsuit him for personal damages, too.
Lead a horse to a trial, but you can't make him sit there.
Oh, yeah, you've got a perfect case against whoever owns that horse. Ain't no doubts about it. Violating the stock law, destroying property, assaulting the battery, disturbing the peace, and I'll dig up some other charges. Oh, I won't charge you much, Miss Phillips. I might take it on an infringement base.
Isn't them big words?
Well, you know, we'll divide up whatever we collect off of it.
I bound you the horse ain't got a nickel.
No, Miss Phillips, you got a right to collect damages.
Don't know where he'd carry any money. If he had it, he don't wear clothes.
Yeah, well, we'll make an example out of this fella, sure as the world.
Of course, I have here.
Why, sure.
Purses at racetracks might be those horses there carry little pocketbooks.
Yeah, just leave everything to me.
A race horse, he might have money on him.
Oh, not at all. Just proud to help you. Yeah, all right, Miss Phillips. Goodbye. Yeah, there's my first clientele.
Huh?
Grannies, I'll make a reputation out of this kid.
I don't get, wait a minute, for the land's sake, Lum. Look at Cedric, racing in here like he's on fire or something. Look at that boy.
What he's in such a hurry?
I don't know. I never seen him move that fast.
Good. Before. Maybe something else has happened, I hope.
Huh?
This law business is going to keep me busy. I can see that right now.
Oh, for the land's sake, Lum, quit thinking about the law business and think of what's wrong with Cedric. Look at, hey, Cedric, what in the name of common sense is the matter with you? What you running about? What is it?
Mr. Lum, you better get over to Luther Phillips' place quick as you can.
Luther Phillips' place?
Yes, Lum, your horse has broke out and he's in her yard right now, raising an awful rumpus.
Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
Now, see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, since Lum uncovered the evidence that won the lawsuit which Squire Skimp brought against him, he has decided to open his own law office. In fact, he already has a client. Yesterday, a horse broke into Mrs. Luther Phillips' yard, and Attorney Edwards strongly advised her to bring suit for damages against the owner, only to learn later that it was his own horse. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum instructing Abner how to nail up a new sign in front of the Jot 'em Down store.
That's it, Abner. Put one more nail in it. I want that sign up good and solid, because it's going to be there a long time.
Well, I done put 1,000 or 100 nails in it already, Lum.
Well, go ahead and put another in it. Granny's, that looks good. Eddards and Eddards, attorneys-in-law. Offices on the ground floor.
Ground floor? Huh.
That's the truth, ain't it?
Well, we ain't got but one floor here, Lum. If your law office is on some other floor, well, you'd have to set up on the roof there.
Well, if my law practice gets big enough, I might build a second floor up there. I don't know.
Oh, me.
Might wind up with a skyscraper.
Huh.
Yeah, could stay in here and add barred all day, but come on, let's go on inside. We'll freeze out here.
Yeah, it is sort of nippy. I still don't think we ought to put that sign up out there, though.
Go ahead and get out of my way.
Oh, all right. Excuse me.
Why, what's the matter with that sign?
Huh?
It's hand-painted and looks right good, I think.
Yeah, but what I mean is, Lum, you put up a sign there, and you ain't actual no lawyer.
I ain't.
No, sir, you never taken it up in college or nothing like that.
I don't need to, not with a legal mind like I got. I just come by it natural.
Well, and another thing, Lum, you ain't gonna have time for it. We got to run the store and our picture show both, don't forget that.
Well, we just run the picture show at night. You can handle most of the store work in the daytime. It'll work out all right.
I can handle it.
I sure.
Doggies, I got my doubts about it. No, you ought to give up this lawyer idea right now, Lum.
Well, I can't now. I've already got a customer. Or a clientele, I believe you call it. And I've been looking up some law statuettes on her case.
You mean Luther Phillips woman?
Yeah, and that's a hard case, too.
Doggies, if you want my opinion, that ain't much of a case for you to be handling. Yeah, you went and advised her to bring suit against the owner of a horse that broke into her yard yesterday, and you found out it was your own horse.
Well, that's what's so hard about it.
Huh?
What I'm trying to do now is study up some way to talk her out of bringing suit.
Well, you better.
I spent 15 minutes yesterday afternoon talking her into it, now I got to talk her back out of it some way.
Well, has she found out yet that it was your horse?
No, and she ain't going to neither if I can help it.
She better not.
I've been aiming to get shut of that horse for a long time. I wish now I'd have done it.
Yeah.
'Cause there ain't no use to me. Just have to keep buying feed for him.
Well, why don't you just tell her that it's your horse, Lum, and you can't bring suit against yourself? She'll understand that, surely.
Trouble is, though, she's liable to turn the case over to some other lawyer.
Oh.
See, I convinced her yesterday she had an awful good case there.
Yeah, I know that. I know she's aiming on getting a lot of money out of this. When I went over there after the horse yesterday, well, she said she was glad it broke in there. Said Mr. Edwards was going to collect a lot more damages than that stuff was worth.
Yeah, I done too good a job there, I think. My trouble, oversold her.
I believe you did.
Yeah, I ought to found out whose horse it was before I suggested bringing suit.
Well, she said she never would have thought of lawsuing if you hadn't brung it up.
Yeah. What all did I tell her she could lawsuit him for?
Well, Lum, I don't recollect all you did say, Lum. You named up a bunch of stuff there. Violating the stock law, and assaulting the batteries 'cause the horse kicked at her, and Alice somebody, and...
Alice somebody?
Yeah. Oh, I know, Alice Forethought, whoever she is.
Malice?
Huh?
Not Alice. Malice Aforethought.
Well, whatever her name is. Man, you named an awful lot of other charges. Property damage, I don't know what all you did say.
Did I sure enough say all them things?
You sure did. I sat right here and listened to you.
Hey, I'm too good a lawyer, you know.
Too good?
Yeah. I study up too many charges to lawsuit a man on. You see that right now.
Oh.
You take the average lawyer, he wouldn't have thought of nothing except maybe violating the stock law.
No.
Here, I got enough charges to might I send myself to the penitentiary for the rest of my life. Less than I can talk her out of it, of course.
Well, why don't you swap the horse off before she finds out who it belongs to, or give it to Cedric Lum?
Well, then I'd have to send Cedric to the penitentiary. I'd hate to do that.
Yeah, that's right. He'd be the owner then. I never thought about that.
I believe I'll just call her up and tell her I looked up the law and I advise her not to bring suit.
Not to bring it home.
Yeah. Tell her she ain't got no grounds for a case at all. She ought to take a lawyer's advice, oughtn't she?
Well, I reckon so. I don't know.
Especially so long as I'm such a good lawyer.
Well, it won't hurt nothing to try it anyway.
Yeah, I'll talk her out of it. What's her ring, you know?
I believe it's 3 shorts. I ain't for sure. I believe that's it. 3 shorts.
That sounds like it. 3 shorts.
It's a good thing that Luther never got home before I taken that horse away from her. He'd have knowed it was yours just sure as a world on.
Yeah, I'd have been a goner if you... hello, Miss Phillips? This is your lawyer, L. Eddard. Huh? No, Mom, I ain't started lawsuing yet. Fact is, I've just been looking up the statuettes on your case, and... statuettes. The law.
Lawyer and criminal.
Yes, Mom. And I can't see where you can sue a man for something his horse done. And, of course, it wouldn't do no good to sue the horse.
Oh.
You see, if it had been me that the owner of the horse that had broke in and damaged your yard, why, we'd have him.
Have you?
You sure it was the horse and not the owner that done it, ain't you?
Oh, horse, I never let alone.
Well, in that case, the advice of your counsel is to drop the charges.
I don't believe it. I put a hold on something.
Well, yeah, I know that's what I said yesterday, but since then I've looked over the law pretty careful and... Mom? Well, now, wait, you can't do that. Well, no, I can't keep you from it, but... hello? Hello? Now I got myself into it, sure enough.
What's the matter?
There's the stubbornness one moment I ever seen in my life. Now Luther puts up with her more than I can see.
Well, what'd she say?
Why, she's going to hire some other lawyer to handle a case for her.
Oh, my goodness, you are into it now, sure enough, Lum.
Yeah, we got to head her off before she finds out whose horse that was.
We have?
Well, you've got to help me get out of this.
I ain't into this.
I tell you what, you call her up and say that you know who the horse belongs to and you don't think she ought to bring suit.
Tell her I know who the horse belongs to.
Yeah, but don't tell her who it is, for her.
Well, what if she asks me?
Well, just make out like you don't hear her.
Well, I don't want to get mixed up in this at all. Just leave me out of it.
You ain't going to get mixed up in it. All you got to do is just tell her you know the owner of the horse and tell her what a fine man he is. Upright and honest in all his dealings. Does right by his feller man.
I thought the horse belonged to you.
It does. That's who I'm talking about.
Oh, you want me to tell her all that so that it'll throw off the track to where she can't guess who it is? Huh?
No, just tell her that. And hurry up before she gets hold of another lawyer. Here, I'll ring her for you.
No.
3 short.
You yourself into something in that need to get in.
Here, take the receipt.
All right, yeah. Hello, Miss Phillips.
She ain't there yet.
Oh.
My goodness, this has learnt me a lesson. If all lawyers had the charges brung again themselves that they try to get their clients to bring again somebody else, I granted it'd put a stop to a lot of lawsuits.
Hello? Miss Phillips? This is Abner Peabody. Yes, Mom. And, just a minute. What was I supposed to say now, Mom?
Tell her about this man that owns the horse, what a fine man he is.
Hello, Miss Phillips. Say, I know that fella that broke into your yard. I know the fella that owns the horse that broke in there. Yes, Mom. And he's a fine man, upright and honest and all that stuff.
That's the time. Forward on.
Mom? Well, no, I don't reckon that's going to help the yard none, but I just thought, let's see now,
tell her I'm married and got a big family depending on me, and if she sues me, my poor little children have to go hungry and sleep out in the snow and all.
Miss Phillips, Lum said to tell you he's married now and got a big family of children depending on.
Don't tell her it's me. Don't tell her I'm married.
Wait a minute. Lum changed his mind. Says he ain't married now.
For goodness sakes, Abner. Here, give me that receipt.
I told her just what you
Hello, Miss Phillips. This is your lawyer again. Mom? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about neither.
I don't either.
I think he's out of his head. He has spells, you know.
I don't know, sister.
Yes, Mom, might be. Well, say, Miss Phillips, I just had a talk with the man that owns the horse, and he... Ma?
Don't have bad ones.
Well, this man would rather keep his name out of it. Yeah, well, I talked to him, and I believe I've scared him into settling this case out of court.
Must have been talking to himself.
Yes, Mom.
He said I'm the one that has failed.
Well, it weren't easy, but I finally talked him into paying for what damage his horse done.
He jumped ahead of the straight.
Why, $3. Huh? Oh, I never had no idea the horse done that much damage. Well, I believe I can get him to pay $10 then, if you want to settle for that. Well, good. Good for you. I'll mail you my check. I'll send you over the money this afternoon. All right, Miss Phillips. Not at all, not at all. Goodbye. How's that for using psychology?
You mean that you're going to give her $10 just for what little batch of stuff that horse runs?
Well, it ain't going to cost me nothing.
Huh?
As soon as I get her to sign a release, I'm going to send her a bill for $10 for handling the case for her. And then I'm retiring myself from the law biz.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now, let's see what's going on down at Pine Ridge. Well, after attorney L. Edwards opened up his law office, he very quickly found himself a client. However, when he discovered that the party his client was suing was none other than L. Edwards, he got out of the law business as quickly as he got into it. And now he and Abner are devoting their full time to running the store and their motion picture theater. As we're looking on the little community today, we find the old fellows in the Jot 'em Down store and library discussing their financial condition. Listen.
All right, there you are. $6. You've been in the store business for years and years, and at the end of all that time, how much have you got? A little over $6.
Well, now, look, Lum, if you actually need a little extra money, I
don't need none. Just trying to point out that this store ain't never going to get us no place.
Well, it's always paid our bills, old Lum. It's been our bread and butter, you might say. The bread, anyway. I ain't so sure about the butter here lately.
Yeah, you're right. It has been our bread and butter. But it's high time we was getting a little jelly on that bread and butter now.
Jelly?
Yeah.
Doggies, wait a minute. Are you hungry, Lum? Well, why didn't you say so? Just go over the place her Elizabeth will fix you up a sandwich.
I'm hungry. I'm just trying to point out
that Elizabeth will be proud to fix you something. What kind of jelly do you favor?
I don't want no jelly of no kind.
Blackberry?
I just used that as an example. Now, forget that and listen to what I say.
All right, go ahead.
Now, we know what the stores did for us.
Yeah.
But now, let's look at our picture show.
Look at it.
Yeah, now, we've just been running that for about a month now. You know how much profits we've got out of that already?
Well, I know in that box where we keep the picture show money, there's about $90.
That's right. $90 in 1 month. Again, $6 in 30 years or more. It don't take no figuring tall to see which of them two businesses is best paying, does it?
Well, no, but of course now, Lum, we taking store money to remodel that old warehouse into the picture show. And the warehouse never cost us nothing.
I'm just talking about profits now.
Well, ain't there still some bills to pay on the picture show?
A few, but the rate we're making money over there, we can pay them bills off in no time at all.
We can't.
There ain't no two ways about it. That picture show is the best idea we ever studied up.
Yeah, it's a good one, yeah.
So now I'm going to make a suggest, and I don't want you to fly off in the handle neither.
Huh?
Just keep perfect calm and don't say nothing till I give you all the arguments in favor of it.
Well, all right.
Just recollect that I'm a better business head than you are.
Well, Lum, I'm again it right now.
Wait till you hear it now. And recollect your judgment ain't much good on business matters.
Well, no, I don't reckon it is, Lum.
You know how mixed up you get trying to figure out our bookkeeping system.
Oh, yeah, that thing, I can't figure that at all. No.
And you can't hardly add up a column of figures, let alone get them to come out right.
Well, no, I ain't much good at that, I'll admit it.
So all in all, you're a mighty poor businessman.
Well, it just looks like it. I weren't cut out for a businessman, Lum. I just ain't no good at all at it.
So, natural, the best thing for you to do is follow the suggestion of a man that's a natural-born business executive. Experts on finance matters. A man that knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, well, I reckon that's all I can do. What's this feller's name that you want me to follow?
Well, it's me.
You?
I'm him.
Oh, well, I must not have heard what you was saying, Lum, because besides being a poor businessman, I must be losing my hearing, too.
Now, here's the suggest.
Well, go ahead, but I won't understand it. Ignorant as I am, Lum, I won't know what you're talking about.
Abner, now let's raise money to enlarge our picture show by selling, well, I hate to tell you this.
Huh?
By selling the store.
Why, sure, that's a thing to do, sell a store.
Now, wait, Abner, now.
Sell a John-em-down store? Now, listen,
Abner, I told you to keep calm.
I'm keeping calm, and we ain't going to sell the store.
But wait now, Abner, I ain't done explaining it to you.
Yes, you are. You're all done. You're finished right now.
Don't you want to get to be a millionaire?
No, sir. I don't want to even be a thousandaire. Or at least ways not if we have to sell a store to do it.
But wouldn't you like to own a bigger place, like a big ranch?
Big ranch?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Lum. Our place is big enough, Lum. Elizabeth's got all she can do now to keep up what we got. I just wouldn't think of asking her to do all that extra plowing and harvesting and cattle branding and all that. I just couldn't stand to watch her do it. No, I'm too much of a true gentleman.
But listen, Abner, every night we have to turn folks away from the picture show because there ain't enough room for them inside.
Yeah.
Now, if we was to enlarge the theater and make more
go
money...
ahead and enlarge it if you want to, Lum, but I ain't going to have nothing to do with it.
Well, I got to have money to enlarge it. The only way I know of to raise money is to sell the store.
Well, you can stop right there, because we ain't going to sell the store.
All right, then. If you're going to be stubborn-minded and narrow-minded and short-sighted and backwoodsy, go ahead and be that way.
All right.
Maybe you ain't selling, but I am.
Huh?
I'm selling my half of this store, and I know where I can find a ready buyer for it, too. Squire Skimp.
Now, just a minute now, Lum. I ain't going to have Squire Skimp for no partner now.
You better sell your half of the store, too, then. Come in with me on the deal.
No, sir, I ain't going to do it, no.
All right, then you'll have Squire for a partner.
Doggies, just a minute. I'll buy your half the store myself before I let that snake in the weeds get in there with me.
All right, that's a deal.
Yes, sir.
I'll sell to you. Here, shake on it.
Well, now, just a minute. Don't stick your hand out there now. I don't know where I want to do that or not yet.
Well, why not?
I want to study.
You like the store, don't you?
Well, yeah, but I don't know where I want myself for a partner or not, Lum. See, I don't know if I could get along with me or not.
I don't blame you. I've had you for a partner for years, and I can't get along with you.
Yeah, I'm pretty high-strung, all this flying off the handle. I might get mad at myself. That'd be awful bad if me didn't speak for a while.
That's just plumb silly.
Well, I wouldn't want a partner that's as poor a business head as I am, Lum. We'd go broke in no time at all.
Sure would. So you better sell and join me. Get out of it.
No, I don't want to do that. All right, doggies. I believe I'd rather go broke right here. Yes, sir. I'll buy your half the store. That's what I'll do.
Well, good. It's a deal, then. Here, shake on it.
All right. Put it right there. Oh, don't do that, Lum. You squeeze my hand too hard.
Well, you're the sole owner here now.
Yeah.
But I don't mind telling you you're making a mistake. That picture show's worth twice as much as the store is.
Twice as much?
Why, sure.
I don't care if it is worth 3 times as much. I know.
Wait a minute, though. Where are you going to raise the money to pay me for my half of the store?
Well, I just... Oh, doggies, that's right, ain't it?
I need cash money so as I can enlarge over there.
Well, how much would you want for your half the store, Lum?
Well, let's see.
How much?
With times like the air and prices on the upswing, well, I'd say my half was worth at least $10,000.
$10,000?
Yeah, of course, now, for you, I'd be willing to cut that down to,
well, wait a minute, wait just a minute now. Let me study about this a minute. $10,000. Oh, I know where I can raise the money. Fact is, I can raise $20,000 right now.
$20,000?
Yes, sir. I just happen to recollect something. I still own half the picture show business, don't I?
Yeah, that's right, but...
And if the picture show is worth twice as much as a store, why... I ought to be able to get $20,000 for my half the picture show.
Well, now, just a...
I ought to be able to get $20,000 for my half the picture show.
Well, now, just a second here. Wait.
And I know who's just dying to get hold of part of that picture show, too. Squire Skimp.
Squire?
Yes, sir.
Now, wait a minute, Abner.
And you You know, he's been trying to get in there, Lum. He'll pay any price for it.
Yeah, but I swore Squire to never get interest in that theater, and I grannies he'll never do it, neither.
Well, then you better buy my half of it. Because if you don't, I'm going to sell it to Squire just as sure as the world.
All right. I'll buy it myself.
Yeah, you better do it.
Fact is, I want to own the whole thing anyway. Make it easier when I start branching out and putting up other picture shows in Cherry Hill and Odin and I don't know where all.
You mean you going to put up some more picture shows?
Oh, yeah. Gonna have a whole chain of them. Eddard's Theaters.
Huh.
But it's too late for you to get in on it, because you sold out.
I don't want to get in on it. The deal's done made. Here, let's shake on it again. Put it right there. All right.
I'll draw up some legal papers to make it sure enough binding on both parties. We'll both sign it.
Yes, sir. I'm for it. Now, let's see. Let me figure this out now, just where I stand on this thing. See, I owe you $10,000 for your half the store. That's right, ain't it? $10,000. Yeah. And then you owe me $20,000 for my half the theater. 10 from 20, yeah.
Oh,
that leaves you owing me a balance of $10,000.
Wait a minute here. Something's wrong.
I'm satisfied. This makes
but them big figures there are getting you all mixed up.
Am I mixed up?
Start over and refigure it.
Oh.
I'll try to simplify it for you this time.
Yeah, get me straight on
Recollect, you ain't no head for business matters.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Now, let's see. Just $90 in the picture show treasure, ain't it?
Yeah.
Abner, would you be willing to sell your half the show for $90?
$90?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That's a little under the $20,000 I was asking.
Well, this is cash money, though. Right on the barrelhead.
Oh. Yeah, all right. Cash money, $90. Yeah.
Good. Now, that's your money in the picture show box there.
Yeah, that's mine. See, now, I believe I'll just count it to make sure that I got $90 here. I counted it this morning.
In regards to my half of the store, I'll figure that's worth at least...
$45.
45?
Well, you said the theater's worth twice as much as the store, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but I was talking about...
I can see $45. I'll just count that right out of here for you, right out of this 90 I got here.
Ain't much, but quick as I get the Eddard's chain of theaters running, I'll be lighting cigars with $45 bills.
42, 43, 44, 45. There you are, right there. It's all there, $45.
How much obliged?
Say, Lum, weren't half of that $90 mine in the first place? Well, see, we made that money, that $90, while I was still in partnerships with you, so I ought to be entitled to half the profits, aren't I? Half of that $90.
I reckon so.
Half of that.
That's right. Can't figure no other way, I don't believe.
Yeah, let's see then. I'll just take that $45 back again, and, we're all square.
Well, wait now. I guess you're right. Yeah, that's yours.
Yeah, well, when you going to draw up them papers?
Well, I'll go back in the feed room and draw them up right now. Quicker I get started on my theater chain, the better. I know that.
Well, now, draw it up good and legal, Lum.
I will, don't you worry.
Dogged, I hate to lose old Lum as a partner. How an ignorant feller like me is ever going to get along by himself, I'll never know. Dogged. Why couldn't I have been a good businessman like Lum? I just don't...
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Dogged Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, the long-standing firm of Edwards and Peabody came to an end yesterday when Abner couldn't agree with Lum's proposal to sell the store and use the money to enlarge the theater. And this disagreement finally resulted in Lum taking over full ownership of the theater and Abner becoming sole proprietor of the store. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot 'em Down store and library. Grandpappy Spears is just entering.
Well, howdy.
Well, howdy, Grandpap. Come on in here. You're just the fella I want to see.
I am. Good. What'd you have in mind, a game of checkers?
No, I want to hurry you.
I'll beat your pigeon-toed head off. Get out the board.
I told you, Grandpap, I didn't want to play checkers. I ain't got time for such as that no more. See, I own this whole store now, and I need somebody.
I know you own it. Get out the checkerboard.
I mean, I own it all by myself now. Me and Lum has unsolved partnerships, and now...
sassy fresh. You're always doing that. Get out the board and give me the blackens, and I'll show you some of the fanciest moves you ever seen. Pick them up from a drummer over at Dick's place.
Yeah, well, Grandpap, would you listen to me just a minute? I'm trying to tell you something, and it's serious.
Go ahead and tell it. Don't just stand there.
Oh, well, see, yesterday, me and Lum got into an
Right,
argument.
Jiminy, I'll spot you 2 moves and still whip you.
Grandpap, stop interrupting me.
All right, go ahead.
See, Lum got the idea.
I won't interrupt you.
Lum got the idea.
Won't say a word.
Grandpap, hush up.
I'm hushed up.
Well, just stay that way for a minute now. See, Lum wanted to sell the store to raise money to make the picture show bigger, and I wouldn't sell, and, well, we got to arguing.
I wouldn't interrupt a fella when he's talking.
Oh, that's what you're doing right now. I'm trying to tell you that me and Lum got to arguing. It wound up to where he swapped me his half the store for my half the picture show, and now he owns all the picture show.
Did you see Ernest Macmillan when he was home on a furlough?
For the land's sake.
It was just about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
I know when it was, Grandpap. I seen Ernest myself right here in the store.
Well, sir, old man Macmillan got a hearing yesterday, I believe it was.
Grandpap, I ain't interested in that now.
You ain't, huh?
No, sir, I ain't.
Well, you know old man Macmillan.
I've known him for years.
Had running fits from eating parsnip.
Yeah, I know him. Know the old man well.
Well, he got a hearing, and the boat that Ernest was on got shot at and sank.
I don't care. The boat was sank?
Yes, sir. Old Macmillan got a hearing.
Yeah, wait a minute. You mean Ernest? Was he sank too?
No. He got rescued some way or other, but some of the boys wasn't.
Oh, my goodness alive.
It seems there was something peculiar about it, too, Abner.
Something peculiar?
Yeah, this boat trip was supposed to be a secret.
Oh.
Surprise on the enemies, you know.
Yeah, sure.
They're going to slip up on them.
Yeah, natural.
All right, Jiminy, the Japs had found out about it somehow or other and was waiting for them.
For the land.
They done it.
Well, how'd they find out about it,
Well, nobody knows exactly. You see,
was it spies?
Yeah, more than likely.
Just about.
Them Hardies, too.
Yeah.
They figured the spies might have picked it up from some innocent remarks somebody dropped.
Innocent remarks?
Yeah. For instance, when Ernest was home now, he never told where he was going, but he did tell his mama about some special kind of training he was getting.
Special training?
Yeah, practicing how to land on some certain shoreline or something like that.
Well, Lord me, Grandpap, that wouldn't tell nobody where they was going.
No, but it could give the spies a hint, sort of.
A hint?
Yeah, so then they could take other innocent remarks that they'd picked up, like when certain kinds of landing ships are leaving, where they're headed for, and what kind of equipment they got, and they put all them remarks together like a jigsaw puzzle, and from that they could figure out pretty close what's going to happen.
Well, I do know. Wait a minute, old Grandpap. Now, Ezra's mama ain't no spy, I know that.
Ernest Macmillan we're talking
about. Well, Ernest, his mama ain't no spy.
Well, what'd you call him Ezra for?
Well, I get him mixed up all the time with Ezra Seastrunk Jr. over there. They run around
together. They don't look a thing alike, though, Abner.
I know they don't look alike, but they're together all the time, or what?
Ezra Jr.'s a little short, fat feller.
Well,
Ernest's a big, tall, gangling boy. You ought to know. Don't you know Ernest Macmillan?
I know both the boys well. I know them well. But I just get them mixed up all the time.
Well, I know good and well Ernest's mama ain't no spy.
Well, I know she ain't neither. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, but it just goes to show how careful we gotta be. Now, she told that stuff about Ernest to the women at the ladies' aid meeting, and no telling where it went from there.
Oh, no, not the way that batch of women folks talks.
Best thing for us all to do is just not never repeat nothing we hear about military stuff.
Yeah.
Or we're liable to be helping the spies along without ever knowing it.
And doggies, you know, she might have helped sink that ship that her own boy was on, you know.
That's just about the way it could work out.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever you hear, just keep it to yourself.
Well, I know I ain't gonna mention nothing. Wait a minute. I believe that's our ring.
Keep your lip buttoned up.
Hello.
You can go ahead and talk on the phone.
Got him down store and library. Abner Peabody doing the talking.
You don't have to keep your lip buttoned up now, Abner.
Mom? Oh, I don't know what the picture show is for tonight. You'll have to call Mr. Edwards over at the show. Well, I ain't connected with that outfit no more.
Ain't connected no more?
No, Mom, but I'm full owner of the Jot 'em Down store now, so anytime you want some good groceries, why, just call on me. Yes, Mom. Yeah, all right, Miss Pomeroy. Oh, not at all. Goodbye. Wish they'd quit calling me about that picture.
Well, wait a minute here, Abner. Why didn't you tell me you and Lum had split up from one another?
Why didn't I?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I've been trying to tell you ever since you come in the store.
You oughtn't to keep such things as that to yourself.
Well, I've done told you 4 or 5 times, Grandpa.
You know what, Abner? You're going to have to hire somebody here to help you around the store now.
Well, I know it. That's what I wanted to see you
Yes,
about.
sir. You'll need somebody to work for you. Now, let's see. Who can you get?
Well, I was aiming on trying to hire you, Grandpap.
Me?
Why, sure. Give you a good job here, Grandpap, just like you've always wanted.
Oh, well, I couldn't take such a job as this. I'm way yonder too busy.
Too busy?
Yeah, too busy.
You ain't got a thing to do but loaf around town all day long.
Well, now, don't forget I got to play the player pioneer every night except Sunday over there at Lum's Picture Show.
Well, that's of an evening, though. I said you don't have nothing to do in the daytime.
Why, I do done it, too. Got a mess of stuff to do.
Oh.
Keeps me hopping all day long.
Prattle. Just name one thing that you have to do.
I have to rest up, don't I?
Rest?
Keep myself in good condition to play that player pioneer.
For the land's sakes.
Takes an uncommon amount of strength to pump them pedals of a night that way.
Why, Lord, me little Pearl could do that when she was just a kid of a young'un.
Not every night, though. Then I got to practice my music lessons.
Music lesson?
Why, sure, if a feller's going to play a music instrument, he's got to practice. It ain't enough that he's got talents. He's got to practice all the time.
Well, you ain't sure enough playing, old Grandpap. You're just sitting there running off them rolls on that player pioneer.
Well, that takes practice to get them rolls in right. Change them fast, and in the dark, too. Don't forget there ain't hardly no light in that picture show.
You used to claim that you could do that blindfolded.
Well, yeah, but my eyes is in better condition then. I was younger in them days.
Oh, man.
And another thing, every afternoon I got to heat up a bucket of water and tote it clean into the parlor.
Bucket of hot water?
Well, warm water.
Huh?
See, I read an article in a magazine where they said Paderewski always soaked his hands in warm water before he played a concert.
Who done that?
Paderewski.
I don't know him.
One of the greatest pioneer players that ever drawed breath, this article said.
Well,
and he always soaked his hands. Got his fingers good and flexible.
Well, Grandpap, just a minute now. You don't use your hands to play that player pioneer. It plays the keys all by itself.
I know, but I use my feet, don't I?
Your feet?
Yeah, pumping them pedals. So I soak my feet every day.
For the Lord, me.
Sure feels good, too. Or to be home doing it right now.
Now, listen here, Grandpap. That's just a heap of huskin' shuckins, and you know it.
Instead of sitting here playing check. Oh, we ain't playing check.
I've got to have somebody to help me here in the store the worst way now, and you're the only feller that can do it.
But I gotta think about my music career.
Now, there ain't no reason in the world why you can't work here for me, Grandpap.
Abner, you don't need nobody. Lum will be back here inside of a week. Less than that even, I bound.
He won't know such a thing. No, he won't. He's all wrapped up in that picture show of his'n. And he's planning to open up a whole chain of picture shows in other towns, too.
Yeah, but I bound you he misses the store. He can't get along without that. The feller's been in one pigeon-toed business as long as he has, he can't pick up... Well, I'll swan to goodness, look out, John. Speak about the devil.
Huh? Oh, my goodness, it's Lum. He's heading for the store here.
Why, sure. I told you he'd be back.
Oh, he's more likely just coming in to buy something. He's rich now, you know, all that money he's making to work a picture show.
Yeah, but I bound you he's aiming to ask if he can get back in partnerships with you.
Doggies, I wished he was, sort of. But I don't believe he will, Grandpap. Him and me runs off for good.
Now, don't be stubborn-headed.
We have.
When Lum gets in here, you come right out flat-footed and say you want him and you to join up together again. Tell him you knowed you made a big mistake.
Well, I don't know. I'll try to, but... Well, things are just different twixt me and him now, Grandpap. Tell you that, Lum, he just seems like a complete stranger to me.
Stranger?
Yes, sir, a stranger. here him and me's been working together for now all our lives, you might say.
Mind now, here he comes. Recollect what I told you.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Well, howdy, Lum. How's everything over at the picture show? Oh, just fine, Grandpap, just fine. Uh-huh. Go ahead, Abner. Hello, Mr. Peabody.
Howdy, Mr. Edwards.
Tell him, Abner.
It's a nice day, ain't it?
Yeah, awful nice day.
Well,
I reckon I'd better be going. Goodbye, Mr. Peabody.
Goodbye, Mr. Edwards.
Come along, Grandpap. I want to talk about some picture show business with you. Yeah, I'm coming. If this don't beat anything I ever seen. See you later, Abner.
Yeah, all right, Grandpap. See you later.
Yeah, what was you wanting to talk about, Mom? Oh, business, different business stuff. Well, like what, for instance? Oh, nothing at all. Granny's Grandpap, there's a peculiar thing. Peculiar? Yeah, you wouldn't think that could happen after all the years him and me's been together. What do you mean, Lum? What are you talking about? Well, I went in the store there to talk about going back into partnerships with Abner, but when I got in there face-to-face with him, it just seemed like I was talking to a stranger. A complete stranger. I could tell by the expression on his face he don't want to have a thing in the world to do with it. Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, now that the old fellows have come to the parting of the ways, with Lum taking the moving picture theater and Abner retaining the store, it looks as though Lum has gotten the better end of the deal. So far, Abner has not even been able to hire anyone for an assistant. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in his jot-em-down store and library. Cedric is just entering.
Wonderful world.
Howdy, Cedric. Come on in.
What was you want to see me about, Mr. Abner?
Huh?
You called up Mama and told her you want to see me about something.
Yeah, that's right, Cedric. I forgot I called you. Tell you, I'm just so mixed up here without Lum. I just can't hardly recollect what I am doing.
Mixed up, are you?
Oh, yeah.
How come you and Mr. Lum separated yourselves from one another?
I don't know,
Thought
Cedric.
you fellas was partnerships for keeps.
Well, I allowed that myself, but the other day me and him got to arguing, and he wanted to sell the store to raise money to make the picture show bigger, and I just couldn't agree to that. And then, well, the first thing I knowed, why, I'd swapped him my half the picture show for his half of the store here.
Yeah, I heard about... Papa said you made a mistake, too.
Huh?
I heard Papa say that to Mama at breakfast this morning. He said you made a big mistake not keeping the interest in that picture show.
Yeah, well, I reckon it's all over town now what a poor business head I am. Just plain ignorance, that's my trouble.
I reckon it is.
Lum tried to tell me I never had no business judgment, and just looks like he was right.
Well, why don't you get your part of that show back again, though?
Well, it's too late now, Cedric. The deal's done made. Both of us signed a legal paper at Lum drawed up.
Papa said you made a mistake.
Well, don't keep telling me that, Cedric.
Well, that's what he said.
Well, that's all I hear everywhere I go. Even my own woman says I done wrong. She claims that I ain't progressive like Lum is. Says I'm in a rut. I'll never get nowhere.
Well, that's what Papa says, too. Says you made a mistake.
Yeah, about all I can do now. I just try to make the best of it, I reckon. Leastways, I got the store, and I can make a living out of that. Little bitty living, I reckon.
Yes, Mom.
That's,
I don't believe you got any more sense than Gidcombe.
Well, I don't know, Cedric. I don't appear to have much, I'll admit it. Yeah, not the best I can expect to do is just barely make a living. Poor businessman like I am.
Well, what was you want to see me about, though? You never did say.
Oh, yeah, well, I just wondered, Cedric, if you'd like to work for me here in the store.
I
Gosh, I don't know, Mr. Abner.
I got to get somebody. Can't run it all by myself.
Won't you get Gidcombe?
Well, I don't know. Don't know where he's working or not now. I was sort of aiming on getting Grandpappy Spears, but he claims that he has to rest up during the day. He says he saves his strength to play that player piano over at Lum's picture show overnight.
Gidcombe make you a good man.
Yeah, Grandpap says pumping them pedals is uncommonly hard work. Says it takes a lot out of him.
Well, of course, I'm working over there of a night, too, running a projection machine for Mr. Lum.
Yeah, but you can quit if you want to. You ain't got no contract with Lum. I'll pay you better wages than he's paying you, Cedric.
Well, I got my other job, too, there, working a graveyard shift over at Mr. Walt Bates's defense plant.
Yeah, but that leaves you your daytime spree, Cedric.
Well, I can't work all the time, Mr. Abner.
Well, you can quit over at Lum's then. That's when I want you the daytime. You ain't trying to go to high school during the day no more, are you?
High school?
Yeah.
Oh, doggone. I know there's something I've been forgetting lately.
Huh?
I ain't went to school for 3 or 4 weeks now.
You ain't?
Forgot all about it. Boy, I better get over and see how I'm getting along.
Well, now, wait now, Cedric.
I might have passed into some other grade by now, not even noticed.
Well, you couldn't have did that, Cedric. They've more than likely unsolved you from the school by this time.
Reckon they sure enough did that, too.
Why, sure. Now, let's talk about this job here. Oh, I'll make a big mercantile out of you, Cedric.
Big mercantile?
Yes, sir. What do you think of that?
Well, how could they unsolve me from the school long as Papa's president of the school board, though?
For the land's sake, Cedric, forget that.
I'm going home to talk to Papa. Papa'll fix it.
Cedric, come back here now.
He'll fix it. He's president
Cedric,
of the school board.
Just a minute now. Come here. Don't you know that I'm offering you the opportunities of a lifetime? You'll have a regular steady job, be looked up to in the community.
Will, huh?
Why, sure. Fact is, you might even get to where you'd be entitled to order the businessman's luncheon down there at Luke Spears' restaurant.
Would folks call me Mr. Cedric?
Why, sure they would.
How much does it pay?
Well, I'll give you I'll give you $15 a week wages.
15. Huh?
Yes, sir. And if you work good and hard and be honest in all your dealings and get to where I can put a lot of dependence in you, I might even just make you a partner in the business.
A partner?
Yes, sir.
Boy.
That's what I'll do, Cedric. I'll sure do it. Yes,
well, how much will I make then?
Well, let's see. Well, you get half of the profits is what you get.
Well, good for me. How much is the profits?
Well,
tell me that. That's what I want to know. How much is it?
Up to the time when me and Lum split up, I had, a balanced cash on hand of a little over $6. Of course, there was still a bill or two out to pay.
Well, how much would my half be?
Well, that'd be $6. See, I was a half partner, Cedric.
Well, Mr. Abner, I believe I'd just rather work for you. I don't believe I want to be no partner.
All right. Don't sound like a better deal, does it?
Mom?
Cedric, how would you like to own a business all by yourself?
Mom?
How would you like to own a jot-em-down store? I tell you, I know a good fella you can hire to work for you, and he's been in the grocery business for years. Had lots of experience. No, sir. No, another fella. He's honest and clean, and he's settled down, married feller. Got one young'un named Pearl. Awful steady. Never flies off in the handle, and you can get you can get him for $15 a week cash.
Oh, no. That's the job I want. I want you to own the store.
Huh?
I couldn't afford to own it, I don't think.
Well, all right. You can't blame a fella for trying. Well, is it a deal then, Cedric? Will you take the job?
Well, yes, Mom. Well, I'll try it for a while anyway, see how it works out.
Well, good. Hooray for you, Cedric. Oh, now then maybe I ought to practice you up a little before you start in waiting.
Well, wait a minute, Mr. Abner. What about references or whatever you call them?
What, Cedric?
Whatever you call them things.
Reference?
Yeah.
You mean letters from folks saying if you're upstanding and honest and all that?
Yes, Mom, that's what I mean, I think.
Yeah.
Papa says always get them things.
Lord me, Cedric, you don't have to worry about them. I won't ask you for none of them. I've known you long enough, Cedric.
Well, I never meant for you to ask me for none. I'm asking you for some. Well, I ain't going to work for just anybody, you know.
Well, for the land's sake.
I heard Papa and Mr. Seastrunk talking the other day, and they said everything was changed around nowadays, especially in business.
Well, yeah, I'll admit, Cedric, things has changed.
They said nowadays it's a worker that decides if he'll take a job or if he won't.
Well,
it's a working man's market. That's what they said.
Yeah, there's sort of a shortage of manpower out here, but now in your case...
Are you honest, Mr. Abner?
What? Huh?
Are you honest and upstanding in your dealings?
Why, of course I am. You know me, Cedric. You know how I'm looked up to here in the community. Go to church of a Sunday, prayer meeting every Wednesday night. I'm kind to animals. You know all that, Cedric.
Well, yeah, but I was just checking up. Fellas got to do that, you know, nowadays.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Let's see now.
How old are you? No, I don't care about that. Are you neat in your work and polite to folks? Always get here on time.
Well, yeah. Now, listen here now, Cedric.
Area. Don't try to evade me.
Well, sure I am. Yes, I am. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Oh, what's the capital of Massachusetts?
Now, Cedric, I ain't going through no quiz program here for you.
Well, I don't know what to ask. I know I'm supposed to ask you about your question.
Well, just let it go, Cedric. I ain't interested in it. Long as I don't want a reference from you, there's no reason for you to want one from me, Cedric.
Well, I gotta have them, though, before I can consider the job. Can you name 5 fellers that'll give you a good recommend?
Why, of course I can. Law me, yes. 5. Hell, Lum, you can... no, I don't reckon Lum would.
No, he wouldn't.
No, he'd write down out of a poor business head. That's what he'd do.
You can put me down there, for one. No, I better not, though.
And Squire Skimp, he wouldn't give me no recommend. He's still mad at me because we win that trial from SC now. Well, let's see.
Well, I know Papa wouldn't either, because he said you made a big mistake selling out your half the picture show.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see, there ought to be somebody.
Ought to be.
Charlie Redfield, he'd sign it. Only he's such a storyteller, nobody'd believe anything he says.
No, I won't take his word for it.
And Grandpappy Spears the same way.
Oh, yeah.
Exaggerates everything to where you can't put no dependence in his opinions.
Yep.
Let's see. Doggies, there just ain't nobody here. Cedric, are you sure I need to get 5 recommend? Couldn't you cut that down to, say, about, 3?
I don't know, Mr. Abner. I oughtn't to do it, I don't think.
Yeah, but me and you are such good friends, Cedric. We've been pals for a long time, you might say.
Well, I'll cut it down to 3, then.
Well, good for you. Doggy, that's mighty thoughty of you.
Go ahead and name the 3. Who are they?
Well, how about making that 2, Cedric?
2?
Yeah, I know good and well I can get 2. Me and Elizabeth. She'll give me a good Now, wait a minute. Doggy, she thinks I done wrong about that picture show, too. The way she's jawing at me at breakfast this morning, I'm afraid she wouldn't cast no compliments at me.
Well, it just looks like you can't get no recommends, Mr. Abner.
Yeah, Doggy, it sure does look that way.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'll just have to look around for somebody else. Somebody that's better thought of in the community and all.
Well, be honest, I don't blame you, Cedric.
I'll keep you in mind, though.
I wish you would.
Yeah, if some little old job that I think you can handle turns up, I'll let you know.
Well, that's awful thoughty of you, Cedric.
Yes, Mom. You drop back in a few days and see how things are.
All right, I will. Much obliged to you.
Oh, tut, not at all. Proud to help you.
Yeah, well, so long.
Yeah, so long.
I'd never go home and face Elizabeth. Here I am, complete
failure. Howdy, Abner. Whereabouts you going?
Howdy, Grandpa.
Where you heading for?
Oh, I don't know where a feller like me can head for. Out of work, can't get no recommends, can't get no job.
What do you mean you can't get no job?
Well, I just in there Doggies, wait a minute. What am I doing out here? I was the one that was hiring him. Hey, Cedric! Cedric, get out of my store there.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Doggies, Lum, I believe you're right.
Now, see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Abner is still regretting his decision to withdraw from the picture show business and take over full ownership of the store. He hasn't yet been able to hire even a delivery boy, while his ex-partner Lum appears to be sailing along in great fashion as head of the Pine Ridge Theater. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot 'em Down store and library, talking on the telephone.
Well, you'll have to get hold of Mr. Edwards over at the picture show. No, Mom, he ain't connected with the store no more. Well, I'll tell him if I see him, but I don't reckon I'll see him nowhere. No, Mom.
Well, howdy.
Just a second,
Oh, excuse me, Abner. I never know she's talking on the phone.
What's that? Oh, yes, Mom. All right. Not at all. Goodbye.
Who is he talking to there, Abner?
Oh, I don't know. Central girl, long distance. Some feller was butting in there talking to.
Long distance?
Yeah.
Jiminy, that Lum's getting to be an important feller.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Yes, sir. I'm sure proud I'm working for him.
Proud of it?
Yeah, he says he might put me in charge of the player pioneers and all them other picture shows whenever he gets around to putting them in.
Well, that's nice.
Vice president in charge of player pioneers. That's what I'll be known as.
Glad to hear it.
Vice president in charge of player pioneers.
Uh-huh.
Milford Avery Spears, vice president.
Grandpap, I heard you the first time. I ain't be for nothing.
That's what I'll be known as. Big job, too, Abner, believe me. Odin, Cherry Hill, Inc., Hatfield, Big Four. We're going to have the biggest pigeon-toed string of theaters you ever heard of.
I don't want to hear of it, though.
Just over at the picture show looking over my player pioneer there. I believe I'll ship that one out over to Odin there when we get it built and buy me a brand spanking new one for Pine Ridge.
You talk like you're in partnerships with Lum.
Well, I'm vice president in charge of player pioneers.
If you say that one more time, Grandpap, I'm going to run you right out of this store.
Well, that's a big job I got there. Odin, Cherry Hill. Whereabouts in my pipe?
Huh?
I was smoking it not 5 minutes ago. I reckon what I could have did with that pigeon-toed thing.
Well, I don't know what you done with it.
Was I smoking it whenever I come in here, Abner?
No, you weren't. Or I don't believe you was anyway. I noticed you looked sort of different when you come in. That must have been it. You never had that pipe stuck in your face.
Yeah, I must have left it somewhere.
Yeah.
About what I done. Let's see. I was over at the picture show last. Yeah, I better run over and see if I can find the picture
Yeah, you
show.
better do that. Wait a minute, Grandpap. Don't go yet. There comes Lum up out there.
Well, I don't want to lose that pipe, though, Abner, and I don't want to be here when he comes no way.
Huh?
That's my good pipe. Paid 75 cents for it.
Yeah, but I don't want to be in here alone with Lum, Grandpap.
Well, he ain't going to bite you.
Huh?
Cedric's with him. Yeah, that'll be all right. I'll see you later. I got to get that pipe.
Well, all right.
Yeah, howdy, Lum. Howdy, Cedric. Howdy, Grandpap. Where you going in such a hurry? Just going over to the picture show. Anything you want me to do over there? No, I reckon not. Well, I'll see you later then. Howdy, Mr. Abner.
Well, hello, Cedric.
Howdy do, Mr. Peabody.
Howdy do, Mr. Edders.
Here, Cedric, hold my cane and my gloves for me. Just a moment.
Cane for the land's sake.
I and my secretary here just dropped around to see if there's any mail come in for me in the last couple of days. By mistake, of course.
No letters at all for you. Another bill from the wholesale house come. That's right. You ain't interested in that no more, are you?
Wholesale house?
Yeah.
What's that? Something in connections with the grocery business? Cedric, my boy, recollect when I used to be in the grocery business in the old days?
Yes, Mom. It's just a couple of days ago, though.
Well, I reckon man has to get a start some way or other. Mr. Peabody, are you sure I never got no mail from New York or Hollywood?
No, not from nowhere.
Well, I'd like to buy a cigar then, Mr. Peabody.
Cigar? Are you smoking cigars now?
Oh, yeah, lots of them, natural. You know how it is with us moving picture executives. Have to have something to soothe down our nerves, relax and all that stuff. Give me the expensivest kind you got there, them 5 centers.
All right, I'll get you one.
No, in the other box there, them Penn and Tellers. And if you never can recollect which cigars is which, Mr. Peabody.
Well, maybe I'll switch them around since this store's under new management and being run right for a change.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about the little old grocery business, no ways.
Well, here, these are the 5 centers.
Cedric, light a match for me.
Yes, Mom.
You're supposed to bite off the end of a cigar before you smoke it.
I know how to smoke a cigar. Hold a match higher, Cedric.
Yes, Mom.
Burn his mustache off.
Here, Cedric. Here, you smoke it. It's a defective cigar.
Well, I don't smoke cigars, Mr. Lum.
Well, just throw it away then. Don't never bother with inferior merchandise, I always say. Throw it away. Money ain't no objects to me, no way.
Is that a new pair of breeches you got on there, Lum?
I don't know. That's in your business. Why?
Well, I just wondered if you bought any new ones yet. I feared you've outgrown them old ones of yours.
Come on, Cedric. We better be going.
You sure there wasn't no mail from him, Mr. Peabody?
I've told you 1,000 or 100 times there wasn't.
Well, come on, Cedric.
Wait a minute, though. There was a telephone call for you a while ago. I forgot about that.
Telephone call?
Yeah.
Who was it?
I don't know who it was. Stranger. Said his name was, W.J. Taylor, I believe it was.
Well, more than likely he would be a stranger to you, because our friends don't know one another.
They
We
don't.
run with a different bunch now.
Oh, well.
I'm traveling with the picture show people.
Yeah, well, I never knowed that.
Executives and stars and stuff like that.
Yeah, well,
What did you call his name again?
Taylor, W.J. Taylor, I believe he said.
W.J. Taylor. That does sound familiar. Can't place him, though.
It was long distance.
Must not be important if I can't place... Long distance, huh?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Oh, you sure that wasn't Robert Taylor?
No, it was W.J. Now, what would Robert Taylor be calling you for?
Well, that ain't nothing. All us picture executives knob-hob with one another and knob-hob with the stars.
Oh,
We don't think nothing about all that.
you don't, huh?
Are you positive that weren't old Bob calling me?
No, it weren't old Bob. It was old W.J.
Well, him could be his initials, you know.
I don't know nothing about it. I'm just going by what the man said and what I heard him tell the operators.
Must be his brother then, I believe.
Yeah, it might be. Or if it is, his brother lives in the county seat, though.
Oh, is that all the feather the call was from?
That's what they said. It was the county seat.
Oh, well, must not be much importance then. Make a note of that, Cedric.
Yes, Mom, I'm writing it down here.
I
can't spell it.
Huh, don't make no difference. I'll know what it is. A fella like me can't waste no time on little calls like that.
You can't, huh?
I might give him a ring, though, just to see what the boy wants. That name does sound familiar. Mind if I use your telephone, Mr. Peabody?
Why, no, go right ahead. Help yourself. Of course, I reckon you better put your gloves on, though, so your hands won't get dirty using a phone in a little old country store this way.
Well, now, that ain't a bad idea now that you mention it.
I wouldn't want to soil them lily white hands of yours.
Cedric, my boy, my gloves.
Oh, yes, Mom, here.
Where a catcher's mitt.
You never had them on, did you?
No, Mom, I was just holding them here.
Well, that's all right. Just give me the left one. That's all I need. Wait, though, I'll need the right one, too, to crank the phone with.
Or there's a
Help you put them on.
Yeah, just slip my hand right here. That's it. Get no germs off of this telephone.
Cane hanging over that arm. He'd trip himself, break a leg. What he's going to do.
Hello, Mamie. This is L. Edwards. Lum. Yeah, I'm fine. Who? Oh, you must mean Mr. Peabody. Oh, I reckon he's feeling all right. I don't know, and I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, Mamie, I understand there was a call for me from the county seat. W.J. Taylor.
I knowed he's coming over here and went home. That plays the best pressing overhaul.
Well, see if you can get hold of him for me.
Put a priest down while he's just there and he's over.
Yeah, I'll wait. So you say the grocery business is pretty good these days, huh?
Oh, it's fine. It's got a feller at the head of it now that knows what he's doing. That helps some, I reckon.
Well, I don't reckon it takes much brains to run a small place like that. Hello? What's that, Mamie?
No, it don't take many, but that's more.
He'll be back in a few minutes. No, I won't wait. My time's too valuable.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell him that. Much obliged, Mamie. Cedric, if anybody else wants to see me, tell them they gotta make a appointment first.
Oh, I'm getting sick of all this. I can't stand it. Why don't you act like yourself? This John up partners again here. I just can't stand being unsolved this way. Take me back in the picture show with you, and I'll let you back.
Well, wait, Abner, wait a minute. Recollect, I asked you to come in with me when I started to enlarge the picture show, but you wouldn't do it.
Well, you wanted to sell the store, though.
All right, you wanted the store, so now you got it all by yourself. It's a nice business. Gives you a chance to run it your own way.
Well, yeah, Lum.
I've got my own ideas how I want to run the picture show, and if I let you back in, there you'd be giving me ideas. So I figured we better just let well enough alone.
You mean then that we're unsolved for good?
Yeah, I'm afraid it looks that way. Now, we made a legal deal, so now we got to stick by it. Ain't no other way to look at it.
Well, yeah,
Sure, you got the fire alarm ring?
Huh? I told you, I believe it.
Take down the receiver there, Abner. Hurry.
Yeah. Hello? Where's the fire at? Huh? Oh, my goodness, Lum, it's a picture show.
The picture show?
The whole thing's on fire. Come on, we better get over there.
Yeah, Granny, come. Wait a minute. My goodness.
What is it, Lum?
I just recollected who that W.J. Taylor was.
Huh?
He's a feller that's been trying to sell me some fire insurance. Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, L. Edwards, motion picture executive, was virtually wiped out yesterday when his theater burned to the ground. Inasmuch as he had failed to protect himself with fire insurance, his loss was complete. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner, Grandpappy Spears, and Mousy Gray in the Jot 'em Down store and library discussing this calamitous event.
You mean that Lum didn't have any fire insurance on the theater at all?
No, sir, Mousy. No, not a cent of fire insurance. Ain't that right, Abner?
Yeah, some feller by the name of Taylor in there at the county seat been trying to get Lum to take out some, but he just kept putting it off.
Yeah, that Taylor feller called just yesterday again, didn't he?
Yeah, and Lum claimed he's too busy to see anybody. Told Cedric if anybody wanted to see him, they had to make an appointment or something with him.
Jiminy, I bound Joe Lum wishes he hadn't been so all-fired high and mighty now.
Well, you know how Lum is. Always wants to have folks to think he's a big executive, you know.
Yeah, if he just come down off of his pigeon-toed high horse yesterday and talked to that insurance feller, why, he could have told him to slap his name on a policy and he'd be a rich man, collecting all that money.
Yeah, of course, so that might have looked sort of cute, your grandpap. Him taking out a policy just an hour before the picture show burnt down looked sort of like he done it on a purpose.
Well, the insurance company would have had to prove that first, though.
Yeah, sure.
They already know how the fire started. Nothing.
Well, how did it start, Grandpa?
Oh, that ain't important, Mousy. How it started, it started. That's
well,
all.
Go on,
just
Grandpa.
forget it.
Tell Mousy how it
the place
started.
burned down.
Well, you just tell him how it started.
Well, they don't know for sure.
They do, don't it?
It ain't positive, though. I believe they're mistaken, anyhow.
I'll tell you, Mousy. Grandpap laid his pipe down over there yesterday afternoon while he's doing something to the player piano, and he forgot
Ain't
it.
a word of truth in that, Harder.
Must have laid the pipe right in amongst some of the piano music rolls, and they catched on fire.
There ain't nothing to that, Mousy.
That's what Dick Cuddleston and Uncle Henry Lunsford figured at how the fire started.
Sassafras. Sassafras.
What Lum ought to do is make you pay for everything he lost.
Yeah, I never done it on a purpose, Abner. That is, if I had done it, it wouldn't have been did on a purpose, but I never.
Yeah, they ought to arrest you for something, though.
Well, now, listen here, Abner. Don't forget I lost my nine more than Lum did in that fire.
You did?
Why, sure. I lost my best pipe, a 75 center, French bar. That was my player pioneer over there, too. Don't forget that.
That's right. That was yours, wasn't it?
And the music rolls that went with it.
Well, yeah, but that ain't nothing compared to what Lum lost. That picture screen and a projections machine, a batch of films, and all them chairs. And he was just renting the chairs, so now he'll have to pay for them. Gee, he won't have any money to pay for them either, will he? Oh, of course.
Taking the words right out of my mouth then, Mousy.
Yeah, he ain't got a cent left. And the building belonged to Dick Huddleston, too. Used to be the cotton warehouse. I reckon Lum will have to pay for that.
Yeah, I'll never get another pipe like that. And had her broke in just right, too. Worst part about it was half full of tobacco. I hadn't smoked it up, I recollect that.
You must not have kept burning there and set the place on fire.
I'm the unluckiest fella that ever lived, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Grandpap, but if I was you, I'd just be careful where I laid my pipe down from now on. And don't lay it down around the store here. I don't want you to burn my place down, I know that. No, sir, I sure don't.
No, I'll never get another pipe like that.
Well, what's Lum going to do now, Abner? Oh, I don't know what he's aiming on doing, Mousy. I know he's planning to open up some other picture shows over in Odin and Cherry Hill and a couple of other towns, but I don't reckon he's got them started yet, had he, Grandpap?
Well, I say the bowl of that pipe was kicked up mighty nigh perfect, sweet as a hickory-nut.
Well, I know Lum hadn't started a Mousy, so I don't know where he'll turn to next.
Sweet as a hickory-nut.
Well, doesn't Lum own any of the Jot 'em Down store anymore, Abner? Oh, no, he drawed up agreement giving him the picture show and me the store, and then we both signed it. Fact is, just before the picture show burnt down, I was begging Lum to take me back in with him. He wouldn't do it. No, he wouldn't do it at all. I begged him to.
Oh, gee, you sure were lucky, weren't you?
Yeah, Abner's lucky and I'm unlucky. That's the way it goes. Now, I wouldn't have cared if it was just a little old cheap pipe, but I paid 75 whole pigeon-toed cents for that thing.
Grandpap, I wish you'd stop talking about that pipe.
It was caked just right, too.
If I was you, I'd never want to think about that thing again, all the damage it's done.
It never started that place on fire. I know it never.
Say, Abner, do you think that Lum will want to get back in the store now?
Well, I sort of got my doubts, Mousy. You know how proud Lum is, and how stubborn-headed, too. He'll never want to admit to me that he made a mistake, I know.
Oh, yeah, you're dead right about that, Abner. Lum would never in the world admit he done wrong yesterday by not taking you back into partnerships with him and getting his half of the store back again. No, not him.
Gee, he wouldn't have anything to worry about if he'd done that, would he?
Of course not. He'd be out a picture show, but he'd have a store to fall back on here.
Well, I just feel downright sorrowful for old Lum. No money, roaring, might be hunger for all I know.
Well, I wouldn't feel sorrowful for Lum. He's always got new ideas he wants to take up, always some big business he wants to get into.
Well, yeah, he has ideas, all right. I'll say that for him, big ones.
Yes, sir, you got to hand it to old Lum for that. I bound you he studied up some big idea already. Might be aiming to make a fortune out of it.
Well, that'd be awful nice for him if he could do something like that.
If you want to feel sorrowful for somebody, feel sorrowful for me. Here, I've lost the best pipe money can buy.
For goodness sake,
broke up over, they can't hardly talk.
Well, don't keep talking about that. That's all I've heard. Go on to good.
Sweetest smoking pipe in the whole state of Arkansas. Sweet as a hickory nut.
Well, you can get another one like it, Grandpa.
I'm in a rut. I keep saying that, don't I?
Yeah, Ed Beckley's got some 75 centers over at his drugstore.
But he ain't got one like that in mine, though. There was something about that pipe. I don't know what it was, but it was different. Pipes are sort of like humans, you know, when you boil it right down. All look alike on the outside. But now you take the case of Orlo Wormley. Now there was a fellow.
Wait a minute, Grandpap. Look out yonder.
Orlo Wormley was a man.
Lum, coming in.
Hi, Jiminy, it is him, ain't it?
Oh, gee, I haven't seen him since the fire.
Bound you, he's got himself all set up in business again.
I hope he has. Well, howdy, Lum, old boy. Come on in here.
Yeah, howdy, Abner. Hello there, Mousy.
Hello, Lum.
Yeah, how are you, Lum? Oh, just fine, Grandpap. Fine and dandy.
You're looking good.
Oh, yeah. I never felt better, I reckon.
Gee, I sure was sorry to hear that your theater burned down, Lum.
Yeah, that's bad, but that's the way it goes with us big executives. Have to take them chances.
Yes.
One day we're millionaires, and the next day we're wiped out. Ruined. But we come right back again, build up another fortune.
Oh, gee.
See what I tell you, Emma?
Yeah.
Yeah, fellers like me, big financiers, we live dangers that way. Awful dangers. We expect them things, you know, and we love it. Wouldn't live no other way.
Yeah, well, Lum, I was just thinking now if you need a few dollars.
Dollars? Well, I don't need none of them. I can get all them I want.
Oh?
That's what I was telling you, Abner. I bound you already got yourself into new business, ain't you, Lum? Well, yeah. Got several big things lined up, sort of. Don't know which one of them I want yet. Might have to go out to Hollywood.
Hollywood?
Yeah, they're sort of anxious to get me out there, as long as I know the moving picture business well now.
Well.
Expecting a call from them any minute.
Well, I do know. Good for you.
Well, I just thought I'd drop in and say hello. I'm just on my way to supper. Any of you fellers going home to supper now?
Well, no, I can't leave yet, Lum. It ain't closing now.
I ain't hungry myself. Well, I better get going then, down to the restaurant. You know, that restaurant food ain't been agreeing with me lately.
It ain't, huh?
No, when you come right down to it, there ain't nothing like a good home-cooked meal.
No, they ain't, huh?
Yeah, I agree with you, Lum.
Yeah.
You're right about that. Well, I better run along. Mousy, you ain't going home to supper long about now, are you?
No, sir, Gussie won't have it ready yet, Lum.
Well, better get going. You know, it's a peculiar thing how a supper always tastes better when you eat it with somebody else instead of by yourself. I don't know, just tastes better somehow or other.
Yeah, well, I never had noticed. Of course, I don't generally eat by myself, though.
Well, you ought to try it. It's no good at all.
Thanks, huh?
Well, I reckon I better be running along. Do wish I had somebody to eat with, though.
Well, now, wait a minute, Lum. I believe I got an idea.
You have? What is it?
Well, I just closed up the store early, and we'll go and eat together down there at the restaurant.
Oh, the restaurant.
Now, why don't you come along with us, Grandpap?
Yeah, I believe I will, as long as this is on long.
Why, sure, we'll have a good time.
Wait just a minute now. Are you sure we want to eat down at that old rundown restaurant, though?
Well, I don't know no other place around here to eat.
Of course, all you can get there is restaurant food, you know.
Well, natural, sure.
You don't get them home-cooked suppers there.
Oh, no, of course not, no.
About the only place you can get a home-cooked supper is in a home.
Yeah. Well, I'm sort of sick of them home-cooked meals anyway, Lum. Don't worry about that. I'll enjoy the change, something wonderful. Come on, Grandpap, let's go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
How about you, Mousy?
Wait now, just a minute, fellas. Before we rush out, there's a little business matter I got to take care of.
Why, sure, go ahead. What is it you got to do, Lum?
Well, it's still sort of confidential. Can't tell you right now.
Oh, I see.
Mousy, could I see you out in front of the store a half a minute?
Why, yes, sir.
Well, come on then.
Yes,
This'll just take a second, fellas.
Yeah, all right. We'll be getting our coats on. Come on, Grandpap, let's get ready. Dog it, I'd give anything in the world to know what it is that him and Mouse are talking about.
Well, it's some big business deal, I know that.
Bound to be, bound to be. Don't reckon he's going to take Mousy along with him out there to Hollywood, do you? Make a moving picture actor out of him.
Well, I tell you, nothing surprised me. When that Lum gets to studying on something, wait a minute, there comes Mousy back.
Huh? Oh?
I wish he'd tell us what it's all about.
Yeah, me too. I'm just dying to know. Say, fellas, Lum's awful sorry, but he can't take you to supper tonight after all.
He can't?
No, sir. Well, it seems that somebody's invited him over to their house for supper.
Somebody has. Yeah. Who is it, do you know?
Well, as near as I can figure out, it's me.